Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can or can't hear me, because I know sometimes I have technical issues with the camera. Oh, look who else is up in there. George back. He's been alone for a minute, because I was out on vacation. Here's the thing. That was not a vacation for me. That was a vacation more so for my girl. I was just there. I was just working abroad, and that's the beauty of having, like, when people ask me why I prefer like doing business on the internet as opposed to like a brick and mortar business, or like why I would never open a gym or anything like that, is because for a brick and mortar business you have to actually be there. Like, I was just still working, man. I was still working, handling everything I needed to handle. I had the internet access, so I was still like dealing with the people who had business deals with. So like, that's the advantage of working on the internet, man. Like, you can make shit happen, man. So anyway, I was still working. It was just more of a vacation for her. I was, my shit ain't changed too much, man. But anyway, yo, what up though? What up though? Let's look at some of these questions. Yo, will you do a collab with Elliot Host? Maybe one day. I don't know. Maybe one day. I just sent him some cigars, because I bought some Cubans while I was out in Grand Cayman. You can't get those in America. You know what it is. Why are you wearing a shirt? Oh, it felt like it. Someone asked, "Am I gay?" Not to my knowledge. What do I think of Nietzsche? Come on, bro. I've you don't have to ask that 8 times, man. I've recommended his book. The book Man Alone with Himself. Pause. What supplements do you take on cheat? I'm trying to just rapid fire, man. It's good to be back, man. It's good to be fucking back. I miss you guys, man. I fucking miss you guys. I do this shit. Like, a lot of times people say, "Hey, yo, Brandon, what's up with the you need to be more professional." And I'm like, "No, I don't need to be more professional. This is not my profession," right? Like Mike Chang, this is his profession. He does this for a living. He makes a business out of it. I'm sure he does very well for himself, and that's cool. He needs to be professional, right? Because this is profession. I'm just doing this shit for the love, man, for fun, man. I really just enjoy it. I enjoy helping you guys accomplish your goals, and getting the feedback from you. It's just fun. It's just fun for me. So like, I don't need to be professional. So like, that's something that I would like to just say. Like, if you want to start a YouTube page or a blog or anything like that, make sure it's something you like, right? Because if I was like, "Hey guys, it's Brandon Carter, let's do an ab workout," I wouldn't like this shit, But because I can just be myself, I like it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got to make a page that you like. If you fuck around and listen to everyone else, you'll fucking make something that you don't like, and then it won't be authentic. And probably, I mean, you might be successful at it, but then now you've painted yourself into a corner, and you have to be this person that you're not. Anyway, what supplements do I take on cheat day? I don't really think about nutrition on cheat day, man. If I think about it, I'll take creatine, my vitamins, and that's about it. If I think about it. If I don't, that's cool too. Like cheat day is a day off, man. Like, so I do not think about nutrition at all on cheat day. That's more what it is. It's less of me trying to like just eat everything I want. And it's more of just like I'm off, man. Like, I don't even think about it. Yo, I just eat whatever's there. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Ah, man, I can't. I can't tell you that, man. 48 Laws of Power, #3, conceal your intentions. So I got big plans though, but you never know, because 10 years ago I didn't see myself here. I saw myself something different, but you never know what life leads you. You might. Yo, here's the thing. 10 years from now is going to be so different. Like 10 years ago, YouTube just started, right? The coolest website was Yahoo or AOL. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, things can change so drastically in 10 years, man. 10 years, uh, thank you, Brandon, for what you do. You have inspired many people to be better. I like the way you don't give a fuck about the imaginary man in books and fitness. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I get what you're saying, and you're welcome, man. No, thank you, man. Thank you. Someone asked, "Am I racist?" I guess they think because the black Santa Claus. I just grabbed the shirt. Nah, man. Like, I mean, Santa Claus is fake, so it's like he could be. It doesn't. Why I got it can be fake anything. You know, this is just. You know, what I mean, it's fake to begin with. I don't think we should argue about. You know, we don't have to argue about what race this fake person is. You think the majority of these YouTube bodybuilders are natty? I don't really think about that too much. Like, cause I don't really give a fuck about what another guy's like getting or accomplishing. Like for the most part, like I'm more focused on what I can accomplish. I'm so wrapped up in like the shit I'm trying to do for me, my family, that I don't put a lot of mental energy into thinking about, you know, another guy's accomplishments unless I'm trying to help that person. You know, like I'm trying to help you guys accomplish your goals. So I do care about that. But like as far as like, I don't know, other shit, I don't really think about too much. Can you sing? No, I sound like a if I sing, I mean listen, for the most part, if I sing, I sound like a dying cow. I'm at or no, a cow being beat to death. Like if you if you started fighting a cow with your fucking fist, throwing punches at him, and you beat him to death, that's what it sounds. That's what I would probably sound like. Power of Habit. Yeah, I've actually recommended that book before, and you know what I'm saying, it's a good book. It's a good book. You plan to hit up Dubai? I don't have any plans to hit Dubai, but you know. Can you bring back Fit DJ Lauren for some videos? Maybe when I go out to Cali. She lives in Cali. She was just out here. You know, her boyfriend actually is her boyfriend was the director and the star of that movie, Bigger, Faster, Stronger, the documentary. It's on Netflix. You check it out. It's worth checking out. Yeah, so she was here for the film festival. None of my family members read books. Is there any way to encourage them to do so? Nah. None of mine do either, except for my girl. You know, she reads. Yeah. It's like, nah, fuck it. You know, don't try to change people, man. Like that's a big. Don't try to change people. Accept people for who they are and what they have to what they bring to the table. But don't go out of your way to try to coerce them into being something that they're not. You know, like George, he's in here sleeping behind this thing, right? George is a cat. I don't get mad at him because he don't bark. You know, I don't try to make him bark. You know, when I paid the $5 for him, it was I did so with the understanding that he was not going to bark. So like why don't you fucking bark? You know, I know this. I know he has a certain skill set. You know, he'll kill any bugs or rodents that come in here. And in New York, that's a good thing to have in New York. That's why every bodega has a cat in them. That cat is working. That cat has a job. But what the fuck is the point? Oh yeah. Don't try to make cats bark, man. Like so, don't go out of your way trying to change people, man. That's like the act of futility. You will really. Somebody said George on a leash. Nah, George would fucking kill himself. If I put him on a leash, he would like hang himself, man, because he is a fucking spaz. What up from Northern Ireland? Come visit, yo. You know what I'm saying? If I get the opportunity, man, I love to come out there, man. I love Europe. Yo, Brand, I'm a skinny dude. I want to get big. Can you help with some tips? By the way, your vids are boss. Hey, thanks, skinny dude. Guess what? I can give you some tips. I used to be a skinny dude. First and foremost, you gotta, listen. If you're serious about this shit, you should check out my book, Ultimate Mass: 7 Secrets to Build Muscle Fast as Hell. Only costs 99 cents on Amazon. You don't need a Kindle to get it. You can download the free Kindle app on any smartphone or device. But just off the top of my head, bam. Focus on heavy compound movements, deadlift, bench press, overhead press, uh, squats, the big body exercise, bent over rows, compound movements. You should probably not fuck with isolation. I don't really do any isolation movements at all, except for like maybe I'll do bicep curls and maybe some for triceps, and that's it. Because it's kind of those don't really you almost never see me doing cable flies or no shit like that. Like, you're not gonna get big fucking standing on a stability ball doing one arm cable rolls. Like, you see guys doing shit like that in the gym, and I'm like, what the fuck are you up to? Or I see a lot of skinny kids. Man, skinny kids are obsessed. Like, it's obsessed with shrugs, with dumbbell shrugs, man. It's like they start their workout with some dumbbell shrugs. So I would just say, like, stick to the compound movements. Those are the ones gonna put on mass. Eat big, you eat big, sleep big, live big, I mean, those would be the main things. I mean, if you do that, I mean, there's more to it than that. That's oversimplification, but that's all I can really give you the time allotted. Yo, man, what advice would you give to someone who wants to add more attention to their ab workouts? I'm at 10% body fat. Any advice would help. Attention to your ab workouts. I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but I'm gonna take a stab at it anyway, because I'm that kind of guy. I cut down your rest times. Like, the ab workouts I've been posting, like, cut those out. I mean, try those out, man. There's a lot of time and attention because I only because the rest periods are only 10 seconds, so it's like it makes it a lot more difficult, and it's a good way to train, help you get defined. And as far as cutting your body fat down, I mean, that's just more. All you really need to do is burn more calories than you consume, and find any way you can to do that. Yo, you probably have exercise. You probably have a video about it. What are some good exercises for wide, thick lats? I'm a swimmer, and I need a really big bag to help get into the States next year. All right, listen. I mean, really, like, it's gonna sound. I mean, if you want to get wide, like wide grip pull-ups. I mean, that's whatever. Or you should do. You know what Arnold used to do? If I had, it's underneath the stack of books. But in Arnold's the Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding, what he would do is he would do like all types of variation pull-ups. So he'd do wide grip, narrow grip, chin ups, wide grip, chin ups, and just do, and like he would try to do like 100, but just keep doing a day, and he would just do different kinds. I don't know if that might be excessive. Arnold might be on some supplements that you're not on, but the principles are sound. Like wide grip, just do a different variations of pull-ups, man. That's going to be that's really going to be beneficial because you got to think when you're swimming. I was swimming a lot. It's kind of like a pull down. Like, think your body's like this, right? It should look funny, and then you come down. Isn't that the same as like a pull-up, right? It's same motion. So like I think like different kinds of pull-ups are going to help you a lot. Then again, I am you can probably teach me more about swimming than I can teach you, honestly. Like, I want to start. I might start training for a sprint triathlon. I don't know if I'm gonna do it yet because I think I might get too skinny with the training. I haven't decided yet, but if I do, I'm gonna have to get a swim coach because that's like, I mean, I can swim, but I can't swim like competitively. So you probably, I guarantee you're a better swimmer than I am right now. Someone says, yo, man, I love the 48 Laws of Power and the Prince book. Do you have any books similar in that area? Okay, 50 Cent and Robert Greene. Robert Greene's the author of 48 Laws of Power. They have a book called the 50th law together, and that shit is awesome. That's like for real. It's one. Listen, power is very valuable. 48 laws of power is valuable, but that some about the 50th law. It's easier to read, and it's quicker and it's more to the point. I think you should read. I mean, I think all of Robert's work is just almost mandatory reading. Like The Art of Seduction, Can't Let These Hoes Run Game on You. What else, man? I'm just looking at my bookshelf of things that were on that line because you sound like you out here scheming on these fools. So let me think. There's a real cool book by a psychiatrist or psychologist. I always get those mixed up. And the book is called How to Get Anyone to Do Anything. And it is what it sounds like, so if you want to get real, I've never really recommended that book before because, but check it out. All right. What's next? How was your trip, man? My trip was great, man. Thank you. Thanks for asking, bro. You should check out the last day in the life video I posted yesterday. It's pretty cool, I thought, Yo, Brandon, you legend. One question. Do your muscles hurt the day after you work out? I always feel like my muscles don't hurt because I haven't trained hard enough. Is that true? Nah, Majestic. The guy's name is Majestic Blaze asked that question. I usually don't say the people's name, but Majestic Blaze, that kind of resonated with me. I liked it. I rarely get sore at all anymore. Like, I did get when I came back from vacation because I wasn't like really doing any weight training for that whole week, and I got a little sore. Like I came home and I was doing some. I was working out just here, like one leg dumbbell squats and some kettlebell. Like I did like 100 kettlebell swings and a bunch of like lower body stuff, and I was pretty sore. But for the most part, I don't really get sore anymore, man. Like it's only like after I take a long time off like that. Should I use supplements every day or only on days I practice exercise? Well, it depends on what supplements you're talking about. Like protein is just protein. Like so, you need protein every day whether you work out or not. Creatine. You want to take some creatine on your rest days. Vitamins. Yeah, I don't think you need pre-workout on your rest days unless you just want to turn up. Like sometimes. I get that. Have you ever tried no fat? You should check it out. It helps build muscle mass. That is not true. It does not. All the studies point to abstinence in general. It doesn't build muscle it doesn't raise testosterone. It does. There was one study that showed that abstinence at the 7-day mark, like if you do it for 7 days, if you abstain from ejaculation for 7 days, your testosterone will peak for like that day, and then it'll be a dramatic like fall off. So like it's that amount. I mean, then it's negligible. Like it goes back to baseline, after 7 days. So it doesn't really help you build muscle mass. And if it did, look here, man, I don't think clearly when I don't. Okay, the quality of my thoughts and ideas is in direct proportion to the last time I ejaculated, right? So like the longer I go, the worse my ideas get. And shit is like sometimes after I bust a nut, I was like, whoa, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like shit that seemed like a great idea now seems so fucking idiotic and just moronic. Like once I let one of them nuts loose. So but prior to that, I'm thinking, yeah, it would be cool to make a YouTube video where I jump out of moving cars, right? And like I'm thinking, yeah, this is good. Then I start busting in, I'm like, fuck. Or like, I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like you guys, a lot of guys have had this experience where you're with a girl and you think, man, I think I love this girl. I think she's the one. And then after you ejaculate, it's like, oh, it's like waking up from a fucking dream. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? I don't believe I was thinking about this. This bitch is not even pretty. I remember once in college, I fucking got, I was like, it's like I really like I woke up, dream and like blind. I looked at her like this bitch is fucking whack, and I went into her bathroom. I washed my dick. I was like, yeah, I gotta go, like immediately. And that was a dick move, you know. But I say that to say this: if I tried no fap, I would ruin my life and the lives of others, everyone around me, within a week. I'm certain of it. Someone says, Brandon, what can we do to make you happy? Hey man, yo, just the fact that you showed that concern, you know, makes me happy. Man, seriously. Well, sometimes when you get to like, I don't know, man. I feel like sometimes I be feeling like everybody around me is just trying to take, man. They want not take, but they expect me to just do something for them. They expect me to help them. And I don't mind helping people, but it's like, what am I getting out of this relationship? Am I just, you know what I'm saying? Am I just here to fucking put the whole hood on my back and you guys don't have to work. Just follow me. I got it. You know, I mean, I can do that, but it's like it doesn't help, man. So like the fact that you asked is kind of like warm my heart, man. It's warm my heart. Nah, man, just only you know what'll make me happy, man. If you accomplished all your goals, man. Real talk, real talk. You made your shit happy. That's what I'm here for. Is jumping rope better burning calories than running? It's probably better than jogging, right? Like, because jogging is kind of for old people, in my humble opinion. But sprinting is for badasses. So it depends. And then it kind of just depends. You should do it best. But almost anything is better than jogging, you know. But I'm big on high intensity. Either do high intensity or do low intensity, but don't do mid intensity because that's where you lose a lot of muscle mass. You know, like don't do aerobics. You know, like do either anaerobic or just slow, like walking. Either walk for an hour or sprint for 5 minutes, but don't fuck around with that mid. Don't fuck around with that mid grade. You know what I'm saying? No mid grade cardio right here. What do you look? Hey, Travis N asks, what do you look for in a female? How do you track good girls and not sluts? I don't know. Like me, I like uh me personally, I prefer a girl who's like educated. You know what I'm saying? Who's been to college. I just prefer it. Like this college, be going to college doesn't mean you're smart, but most of the time, it's telling me that you have at least a baseline level of intelligence and competence. You know that you can at least get accepted to a university, and then you're confident enough to complete the degree and graduate. You know, like that gives me like, all right, listen. It doesn't mean you're smart. It doesn't mean you're not a moron. But most morons that I know didn't go to school. So like, that's just a real easy way for me to just like make some distinctions, you know. And then the higher the degree that she got, the better, right? It doesn't mean anything, but it is something I look for because I prefer an intelligent girl. I don't know, man. Because some of these girls, man, it's just like you just fucking patronizing them and listening to them or pretending to listen to them. Yeah, yeah. And you're really just trying to get in their pants, you know, and you got to sit through all this nonsense until you get there. And I don't want that, you know. I don't want to do that. Like, I'd rather have someone who I really like, you know, whether we're having sex or not. And that makes it First of all, it takes a lot more pressure off me because if I just like hanging out with this girl, then it's like it's not like then if we don't have sex, it's not like it's a waste, right? But if I'm hanging out with a moron just because she's hot and we don't have sex, well then I've not only have I wasted, yeah, I've wasted a lot of time and mental energy. So that's kind of what I look for. I look for like a smart chick. I really that's something that attracts me, man. Someone I can talk to, on a deeper level. And I know because that might seem weird because I'm like a real silly, gregarious guy. But I'm a charming motherfucker too when I want to be. Do I believe in Jesus Christ? You bugging with me right now. You bugging me. I believe he was a person, who probably have lived, back in the day, and I think he had some good ideas. Listen, I know it takes a lot of courage to say this in America, but Jesus has some good ideas. Jesus has some good ideas. What's your blood type? Oh, body type. Ectomorph, yeah. I was like, what the fuck you want to know my blood type for, man? Body type, I'm an ectomorph, man. Like I'm just a skinnier dude. Like you can look at my joints are real small. That's why my waist is so small. My waist is like 29, 30, depending on, my caloric intake at the time. And so like I actually had to like start losing, I had to start like lifting weights to look fucking normal, because I was just so skinny. Do you do anything for your joint health? Or what kind of thing? I've never had any joint problems, man. So that's not really been an issue for me, man. I've never really had any joint issues. I tore a tendon. I pulled something in my bicep like a few years ago, but it's actually better now. What advice would you have for a brother trying to get some non-black girls? That's the funniest question in the world. Yo. All right. Okay, so here's the thing. First off, any black girls watching this, you just want to turn the volume down, and when you see me do this, then you can turn back up because I know y'all hate this shit. Hate this shit. How do I put this? Not every, let's just say white girl, for example, is even going to be down to date a black guy for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Like most people kind of like people like themselves, like just in general, like, me people like for me, like issues with the reason my girl's black is not is more so because, well, first of all, she's fine, and second of all, it's like she just understands me better. It's like I've dated white girls and I would say things and I was like, oh, I know she doesn't fucking get it, or like she just didn't understand like the world I come from, or just certain things. So certain girls of other races will feel that way about you. But then here's the thing: as a black man, you have this one advantage you have. This is probably the only advantage you have in life. This is probably the only good thing about being black. Well, it's the second good thing. All right, there are girls of every race who only date black guys. You will find them. They are out there. You will find them or they will find you. And those are your those are the ones you want to go out. You don't want to. Here's the thing. You can't go out. You don't want to just. I don't know. Now, some girls are just not going to be receptive, but there are girls of every race who only date black. I met them. I know they out there. And it's weird because you never find like a girl who's like, oh, I only date Native American guys. Like you never meet a white girl who says, oh, I only date Native American guys. But you'll always find one that says, at least I do, who only dates black guys. So they out there, man. I think you just focus on them, man. Don't try to make cats bark. We talked about that earlier. What's your weight? I weigh 190 as of this morning. I weighed 193 and I'm 6'2". How wide are your hips? and advice for a healthy wide head. I don't know if I understand that question. So I'm gonna just maybe you can clarify it. I don't know if I get it, you know. And maybe it's my fault, man. Maybe it's not you. Maybe listen, maybe I'm just a moron. So like maybe just write the question in a way that a moron can understand it, and I'll try to answer it. Would you get into a fight if you were imprisoned? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I mean, I would imagine. Like, I never been in prison. No. Somebody says, "Why is Santa Claus black?" Oh, it's on my shirt. I mean, Santa Claus is not real, guys. Like, you don't have to don't get all caught up on the race of a fictitious character. That's not something we need to argue about. You know, like if I had a red Smurf, what the fuck? The Smurfs are red? And I'm like, no, chill out. This shit's not real. It's not like a real thing. You know, it's not. You know, Santa Claus is fake, right? You know, I hope that's not breaking news. How many of your 4-hour workouts would you suggest do? 4-minute workouts would you suggest doing a day? Well, it depends on what your goals, what you're trying to accomplish. But I've been doing them twice a day, man. I've been doing about two a day for the most part. Is there a certain point where push-ups become useless when you keep doing them and they just stop helping you? Well, they probably stop helping for a certain goal. Like, here's the thing: as far as reps are concerned, rep parameters, rep ranges. All right, when you're working in ranges from about 1 to 5, that's going to primarily build like strength, like raw power, strength, explosiveness. If you're working from rep ranges to about 5 to, let's say, 6 to 12, like somewhere in there, that seems somewhere in there for most people seems to be the sweet spot for building mass, hypertrophy. George's about to get a rep in. Thanks for that, bro. Appreciate you. And from about 12 and up, now you're doing more. You're working on endurance. All right. So, and the reason being is those rep ranges and the weight that you're able to move within those rep ranges, they activate different muscle fibers. All right. And these different muscle fibers do different things. All right. So even though my legs are probably bigger and more massive and sexier than a cyclist, I probably can't cycle as well as him because he's developed the muscle fibers that are better for endurance, as where I've developed more power and or more power focused muscle fibers. So this is the difference. So like that's why you might see, okay, like for instance, one of my workouts, the 4-minute workout when me and Brian died, right? Because it was an endurance based workout and we couldn't do it. We couldn't finish it. Like we sucked. We looked pitiful, right? Even though we're strong guys, it's because there's just different muscle fibers. So to answer your question, they're going to keep working no matter how many you do. They're just going to start working for different things. So once you can do more than 12, now you're not working on building size or strength. You're building the endurance muscles. And that's not a bad thing. It just depends on if that's what your goal is. That's going to help you in your life in any way. I think I just broke that shit down. I think I just broke that shit the fuck down. Did you end up raising your testosterone naturally? How'd you go about it? Yeah, bro. I got my shit tested, man. I forget the exact number, but it was like the same as a fucking 19-year-old kid. And a lot of that, and that was, I have the video on it. Maybe I'll do another video, like, because I never did the update video. But it's like I was eating 8 eggs every day, whole eggs, eating the yolk too. I was check the video on how to raise your testosterone. Like that's what I did, man. I got my shit way up. What did you eat for breakfast? Or what do I have for breakfast? I don't eat breakfast, bruh. I don't eat breakfast, bruh. I fucking I do intermittent fasting. So my first meal was at 3 o'clock today, and it was some brown rice, you know, and some steak. How do I keep gains if I can't work out for a week? A week is not enough time for you to lose your gains. Just chill out. If you, especially, I try to take a week off every 2 months, every month or 2 or 3 months. I try to take a whole week off where I don't really do anything. I might do some cardio. I might do some light work. I might play, you know, but like nothing. A week is not enough time for you to lose a game to make any significant or substantial loss. How can you tell what kind of body type you are? Well, you want to look at the body types, like just type it in, you know, search it, and see what the attributes that are assigned to each type, and see which one you fall in the most. You know, what's most applicable to you. And you might not be a full mesmo or full ecto, or you might be somewhere in the middle too. You know, you might fall somewhere. It's like it's not so cut and dry. Like there's 3 body types. It's like in reality it's a spectrum, and you're gonna fall somewhere within the spectrum. And it's also not that important. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like, because either way you got to find what works for you, and the only real way to find out what works for you is to keep a log, track everything you're doing, and then track your results, right? Track your results week by week, track everything you're doing week by week, and then keep making changes until you start seeing progress, the progress that you're looking for. And that's not just in bodybuilding, that's in fucking life. Like anything you want to accomplish, man, start keep a log of what you're doing, keep a log of your results, and keep changing your approach until you start seeing the results you want. And you know, by keeping the log, you know what's working and what's not. If you don't keep a log, you're just fucking guessing, man. Yo, Brandon, how and when did you find your passion? My first passion was music, man. Like I was playing the drums, piano, and like guitar when I was a kid. You know, like when I was a real little. I actually played the trumpet when I was like 12. I played the trumpet for a few years. It was alright, but I was like, I ain't really fucking with this shit. And then I moved on, and piano was cool, drums was cool, but it was good. I think guitar is my favorite instrument. You know, like I probably haven't like sit down and practice piano in years, honestly. I don't know if I feel comfortable saying I played it anymore. But guitar is my favorite instrument. So like I always thought I was gonna be a professional musician in some capacity. I got signed to Sony Records as a rapper when I was 21, like right out of college, man. And sorry, I got distracted. But I've also always liked working out too. So I was just always working out and doing this shit, training people for money. And then long story short, I decided that the music business wasn't for me, and music's just a hobby. I sit around playing my guitar when I have a chance, or I still make the beats in my videos. That's about as musical as I get nowadays, you know. But I don't know, man. You got to find out what you like what you really enjoy, and find a way to monetize it, you know, for real. Some people just like monetizing shit, you know, like business, like it doesn't matter what they do. I don't know. You got to figure out yourself, man. Like you got to think about what makes you happy, man. Like a lot of people like get a piece of paper, write a list. What makes you happy? Like if I wrote the list, I would say, okay, masturbation, food, women, specifically my woman. Let me throw that in there. Stand-up comedy, watching it, not doing it. Reading, pussy, rum, cigars, marijuana. Like, just find out, get a list of shit that makes you happy, that you love, right? That was my quick list of 10, and try to find a way to monetize that shit. I didn't even put working out on the list. I don't really like working out that much. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't fucking like it. I do it for the results, man, because I know I like the results. I like what it. I like. It's an intrinsic. I like the feeling of accomplishment of doing something difficult. I think that's what. All right. Anyway, what else in there? What else we got over here? Left back bigger than my right back. How to fix that? The reason I laugh because I've never heard anyone say that your left back. I'm assuming you mean your lats, maybe. I don't know. Listen, all muscular imbalances. Check me out. This is what you're gonna do. I'm gonna fix this shit for you real quick. Use dumbbells, the same weight on each side, and just use dumbbells. Do the same reps for each side, and just keep doing that until the shit evens out. You know, because like a lot of times when you're using barbells, what happens is, let's say you're doing bench press. If you got a weak left side or a weak right side, even though the barbell is staying level, your right side is still compensating for your weak, so it's doing more work. So it's making the imbalance even worse. Yeah. Am I gay for Brian? Nah. That's my man, though. That's my boy, though. No. We're not gay. We're not gay. We're not gay. Nigga has two backs. That was a good one. I see what you did there, and I liked it. Oh, fuck, man, they coming in so fast. How to deal with procrastination? Go for it. Stop fucking around. Is it in you? Win from within. I'm loving it. Just do it. This is how I talk to myself. Like I like, what the fuck is the matter with you? Let's go. Let's do this. Get top speed. Go for it. You know, this is me talking to myself. A lot of times, I just yell at myself, man, because I'm trying to get something, man. I'm trying to make some shit happen. I'm trying to get something out of this fucking life, you know. I'm gonna die soon. Soon meaning like, 100 years from now or something. But that's like in Earth years, that's not a long time, man. That's around the corner. So I don't know, man. I just go for it, man. Like, you gotta just go for it. I think one good thing to do is like go over your goals a lot, man. Like, get passionate about them. Write down why you want. See, so you gotta, if you know why you want your shit, then it makes it more concrete. You know, like if you want to get a new job, man, write down why, man. Write down why. Write down why. Right. Okay. You know what? Here it is. This is what I'm doing. I'm a really everyone who has a procrastination issue or any other issue. I'm about to solve that shit for you right now. Buckle up. Get a pen and motherfucking pad out if you got one. You should have one when you're watching these Q&As, taking notes, man. Because I'm out here dropping jewels. Okay, so Sigmund Freud. A lot of people think that Freud's just every time I bring up Freud, they talk about how he's a coked up pervert. Yeah, he was that too, but he was also dropping some jewels. He was saying the main reason people do anything is either to avoid pain or to pursue pleasure. All right. Now, Tony Robbins talked about this a lot too in his book, Awakening the Giant Within. This is also one of the main principles of neuro-linguistic programming. Those of you familiar with it, those are all you NLP practitioners out there. This is what you want to do. Because human beings are kind of consistently trying to avoid pain and pursue pleasure, you have to associate. If you're procrastinating, let's say you got to do X, but you're procrastinating on doing X, right? Not ecstasy. I mean, this thing is unknown thing. X stands for unknown, right? And so you got to think about all the reasons why doing this thing will help improve your life, right? Maybe even write it down, right? I'm big on writing shit down, Then write down all the reasons how your life will get fucked up if you don't do the thing, right? And get emotional about it. I mean, like, be real about it. Like, for instance, okay, I know I got to change the cat box. This is just an example. I got to change the cat box. If I don't change the cat box, all right, if I do change the cat box, Georgia have a clean place to shit. The house won't smell bad. And I can bring people over here without being embarrassed, you know, that I'm a crazy, that they won't thinking I'm a crazy, the place doesn't smell like a crazy old cat lady. If I don't clean the fucking cat box, this is just a dumbass example, right? But just bear with me. It piles up with shit. It stinks in here. That smell starts to permeate my clothes and maybe even my skin, right? Because your skin is permeable, baby. You can pick up, a lot of people know that. And George will cease to shit in the box, and he will start finding other places around the house to shit. Now I got cat shit everywhere, all because I didn't do the simple thing. Like, you want to like make it real painful. The not doing make not doing the thing real painful. Get emotional about it, because I think pain is a bigger motivator than pleasure. Honestly, man. Like, especially if you're doing all right. If you're doing all right, then like it's easier to procrastinate because you're doing all right, man. So like pleasure seems like a lot of work, you know, but like pain, pain to get your ass up, you know. That's why I like to do like I keep for instance, I also keep a folder in my phone, the screenshots of people who like said some real egregious things to me. You know, said have been mean to me, people I know, people I don't know, people from the internet, comments. And I just like when I really like feel like I'm being lazy, I look at those screenshots like, oh shit. When I don't work hard, the haters win. That's what it is. I can't let the haters win. And that's the thing. When you don't work hard, the haters win. What do you say about working out on an empty stomach in the morning? Yeah, I work out. Listen, I do when I intermittent fasting. So like I don't eat until 3 p.m. I work out around 1:32. So I haven't eaten all day. Only thing I have before that is maybe some. I'll do is I'll take some branched chain amino acids, you know, prior to it, and you do that and so no matter if you work out on an empty stomach, that's will help you will mitigate the muscle degradation during fasted training. 10 grams of branched chain amino acids. I used to, but honestly, for years, even before I did intermittent fasting, I was training on empty stomach for years, right? Because one of my, can I get this book without knocking everything down? It's like fucking Jenga right here. Oh, I did it. All right. Bill Phillips. I talk about him. He's one of the like guys that I looked up to, right? When I first started working out back in the fucking 90s, you know. And he recommended just working on a straight empty stomach, you know, like no BCAAs, nothing. And I did that for a long time, but I got better results. I think I got better results when I started doing 10 grams of amino acids before. Hey, you know better, you do better. Social books like How to Win Friends, please. I mean, How to Win Friends is just the best, you know. There's also Influence, in a book called Influence, Science and Practice. That's a good one. I'm just over here looking at the shelf. Oh, George, I thought you was going to sleep, bro. Look, man. Take George just wanted to rub his face on my knuckles twice, and then he went back to sleep. All right, whatever. You know, that's how I woke up today. Last 2 nights, George runs on the bed and goes, Meow! Yeah, you don't like it, do you? You don't like it when you're trying to sleep, do you? And at like 6 a.m. And I was trying to wake up at 7, right? So he just did it early. And I like fucking pushed him off the bed, then he jumped on my leg and then started screaming again. And then I kicked him, not kicked him, but I like just kicked him off the bed. And I guess I kicked him, right? I was frustrated. And then I wake up at 7 or 7:30, somewhere around there, and he's sleeping on the leg I kicked him with. Like he's a fucking madman. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Help. Can't do pull-ups. What do I do? Hey, if you can do one pull-up, then just do that every day, man. Like, you'll get better. I'm telling you, do it every day. Like, do pull-ups every day. Like, it's body weight, man. So like, I mean, you can do it every day. Like, I know people who do way crazier shit than that every day. Or you can get one of those bands that the CrossFitters use. Start working their way up to doing it. But like, if you want to get better at doing anything, man, do the thing. This might be weird, but what type of mattress do you prefer? I'm currently mattress shopping. All right, don't get one of those. Don't get one of them like Sleep Number joints. Those are just air mattresses, man. Like, cause I remember I worked for when I worked for the movement company, people had these expensive like Sleep Number bed mattresses, and then when you peel them up, cause you had to break it down to pack them up, to get them to get their shit in the van. They were just fucking air mattresses with foam on top of them. But maybe that's comfortable though, right? So I don't know what kind of mattress I have. I honestly don't know, man. Shorty bought it, like, and I was against it. Like, it was actually a big argument because I didn't want to get a new mattress. But then when she got it, I liked it. So I don't know. I like it. I like it to be a little firm. You know, I don't want it. I don't want it to be too soft, man. But that's me though. I heard that's better for your back though. Like, I heard that's better for your back. But I don't have no data to corroborate those statements. Any tips on neck pain? Only one side. Somebody wrote, BBC prefers your mom's mattress. You guys. Any tips for neck pains? Nah, man. In fact, I'm not qualified to give medical advice. I do not know what your neck pain stems from, or if it's chronic. If it's a chronic thing, then you should see somebody, man. Honestly, I want to start a business, but I have no money, and my family expecting me to get a job. What should I do? Ask Jason. Look here, Jason. You want to start a business. If I were you, I would get a job because you don't have no money, right? So you need some kind of capital, man, to get shit off the ground. You don't have a cap. Listen, all you guys I don't want any of you guys to start a business unless you have at least 6 months, of unless you have enough savings put aside to take care of you for 6 months. I don't want any of you to do it. Like, that's not including the money you're going to use to invest in your business. That's just personal shit: food, shelter, clothing, water, for 6 months at least. I mean, honestly, that's the minimum. Like, I got enough to take care of myself in savings that I don't touch for a fucking year. I can just chill I don't got to do shit for a whole year. And I'm still gonna do shit, but I want to do that in case shit hits the fan, or listen, anything can happen, man. Anything can fucking happen. I've seen it. I synced it. And you just want to be ready, man. When the shit hits the fan, you wanna have a shit shield. That's basically what it is. It's a shit shield. So like, when the shit hits the fan, you got a shit shield. And if you fucking start a business without a shit shield, the shit will hit the fan. Like, it's not even if, it's like, especially you haven't started a business before, right? So you're inexperienced. So like, you got to go through the growing pains. Like I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. So like, I got more experience than you, and I'm still gonna fuck up and make mistakes. So you're gonna make fucking basic ass mistakes that I've made like years ago and won't make now. But you're gonna have to make those mistakes. That's part of it. You're gonna have to hit your head, fall down. I mean, that's just part of it, right? Watch a baby learn to walk. That's like a metaphor for life, man. It's the most beautiful thing, because everything in life is like that. He gets up, he's scared at first, and rightfully so, because he doesn't have any skills and he's not really qualified to walk yet, but he's gonna try anyway. And I tip my hat to him. He's scared. He's gonna have some trepidation. He's gonna fall down hella times, People want to run behind him, and you know he's just gonna keep falling down, but he's gonna keep trying. He's gonna get back up, and eventually, if he doesn't give up, he'll walk. He'll learn to walk, and that's why the majority of us can walk on two legs now. You haven't took your first step yet. You're that fucking kid. This is a metaphor now. You know, as far as this is a business. See what I did there is I took the baby walking metaphor and used it to learn baby learning to walk, and that's a metaphor for you learning how to run your own business. So just So anyway, you haven't took your first step yet, man. In fact, you're still like mom is still holding you, like hoping you'll take a step, right? So what you need to do is, man, I say all that to say this: get a job, but get a job in the field that you want, in the kind of business you want to run, right? And that's going to give you a lot of experience, right? Experience that you'll need, so you can watch the other entrepreneur make those kind of mistakes, especially in small business, where you can like be close to the entrepreneur. Get a job in that field where you can be like close to the entrepreneur. Like if you want a restaurant, don't fucking work at Denny's. Like work at like some local spot, even anything where you can see the owner in action, get to know him, and see what problems he deals with and how he handles those problems, and and you can talk to him about shit too. Tell him what your goals are. He might give you advice, whatever this. All right, see you later, George. And that's the best thing to do. I would say, man, like you get a job, and then while you're getting that job, save, man. Like save, figure out what your expenses are. Like most people don't know. I'm probably spending too much time on this question, but like most people, like you ask them how much money they spend last month, man, they have no fucking clue. Like start tracking your expenses so you know how much you're spending each month, and then that's the only way you can really figure out how much you need to save up 6 months for 6 months of expenses. You got to know what you're spending and try to like bring that down too as well. Yeah, that's what I would do if I was you. I would, and that way. And here's the thing: you do, and also start saving as well. So you need 2 savings accounts. Start saving to income for your whatever business you want to start. So that, man, I just solved your fucking problem, bro. So like your parents want you to get a job, so bam, you get a job, but you get a job in the field that you want to work in, that you want in whatever business you want to start. So you learn about the business, you're making money that you can use to start your business, and you're making your parents happy, man. You're fucking welcome. You think people can still be attractive with acne? Not women. A woman with acne, nah. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But I think guys can get away with it. I mean, honestly, guys, we can get away with so much shit, man, as far as like physically, man, because women take so much more into account than we do. Like we really, I mean, honestly, we're more visual, physical than they are. And so like they can't get away with that shit like that. It's not. Listen, no fucking way. But a guy, you can get away with, like, if you got money, man, like, or status or stature or like or game or like status is really like, if you can build your status, not even just your money, just like your status, your ranking in your social circle or your business circle and life. The farthest you can raise your stat, like women are really attracted to that, and that's more of a and you got to think that's an evolutionary thing, right? Because the guy with the most status is probably going to be the best provider, right, for the offspring, right? And we like attractiveness in a woman because we think that we don't think this, but we see it as like, oh, this is healthy, right? Because like when someone's attractive and they're like physically symmetrical and all that shit, our brains think of it as, oh, this person's healthy. You know what I'm saying? And then so they'll have healthy offspring, right? It's all about the offspring, baby. So like if you can be a fucking literal giant pimple. You can be just one pimple, but if you got enough, if you raise your status to a point, you still get like a fucking supermodel, depending on what the status is, uh, looks aren't as important as it's not as important as us to have good looks as it is for them. Like it's just the way it is, man. Like you don't ever hear no female congresswoman fucking the intern, right? It's always the fucking guy, right? Because we care about looks so much, right? And a woman in high status is not gonna go down to a guy for lower status. That shit does not happen. Like look at fucking Hillary Clinton. She had the fucking most powerful man in the world, right? So like the higher the status woman, she's gonna look for a guy of equal or higher status. Guys are just looking for the hottest chick around, regardless of status. How important is school, BBC? All right, here's the thing. Here's the thing about college. A lot of people ask me that. If you don't, all right, if you don't know what you're going to do, or if you vaguely idea, but if you don't like, if you can go to college, you should go. Unless you got the next fucking Facebook. Or the guy who started Tumblr, he dropped out of high school to start Tumblr. If you got the next $1 million business on deck, then do that shit. Do not wait, But if you don't have the next Facebook or Tumblr, then just go to school, man. Like you'll learn more, and it's a good experience. It's a good experience. Honestly, college was a great experience for me. And you get a lot of good friends. Something about that dorm room shit. It's like I still got friends from college, some of my closest friends. So it's like some about that, like the way humans we evolved in being in like clusters, and being in that, or tribes or whatever. So like being in that cluster with a bunch of motherfuckers, like it builds like a bond that you can't. It's difficult to replicate, especially when you're in the real world. Like in adult life, it's almost impossible to replicate that environment. So it's rare to see people build adult friendships that are as deep as like the college friendship or even the high school friendship. Like something about being in that environment, just I don't know, the dorm, you can't really replicate that. I don't know any other way, like unless you were part of a professional sports team where you're traveling around together and all that shit. But I think just for that alone, it's almost worth it. But yeah, if you ain't got the next Facebook, man, you should probably just take your ass to school. Now you don't need it, but I think it helps, man. I think it helped me tremendously. If nothing else, it helped me. I mean, for me, it helped me get out the hood. I was south side of Chicago. Like, I don't know what would happen if I stayed there. I mean, I got some pretty good ideas looking at my peers who stayed. Anyway, Think and Grow Rich. Yeah, it's a good book, man. One of my favorite. How did you spend your summer as a teenager? Could you use the time? Listen, I was fucking bad shape, man. I probably, as a teenager, man, nothing productive or nothing even noteworthy or worth mentioning. I was probably just running around trying to make money, not no fucking responsible or legal way, and I was probably trying to just have sex with anything that moved. So I spent my money I spent my teenage summers chasing money and girls, and it's gonna be hard it would be hard for me to mitigate that, even if I did it again, just because I know how horny I was as a kid. It was like, shit, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Next question. I keep failing at NoFap, and I've been feeling like shit. Any advice on how to win NoFap? Yeah, stop doing it. Jag off, man. Yo, listen. I don't want this to be the jag off Q&A, right? That's not really, I didn't want to go down there, but this NoFap shit, man. I mean, listen, some people can do it. I can't do it. And I wouldn't even try, man. Fuck it. So what, man? Like, just don't let it control you. Like, it's not like, especially you're probably young, man. Like, listen, man, son. Like when I was like younger, like luckily it's finally starting to like fall off a little bit. I was so horny. Like I used to jag off multiple times a day and have sex with like 3 different women a day. Like honestly, when I was in college, because I went to school at Howard University, it was like 12 girls every guy. So like it's not when you're giving those kind of numbers, it's like that's not even as noteworthy as it sounds. And but I was just like a maniac. I was a sex crazed maniac. And there's no way I would have been able to accomplish anything like that. It would have been an act of futility. Maybe I can do it now, but I don't even think it would be like the right thing, man. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I wouldn't do that shit. I remember, man, like I've had to jag off so hard, so bad. Like you ever like have to like you've been out in public and you have to just pee real bad. It's like I've had to jag off that bad. And I either have to run home, like I've had to run home or run in a fucking Starbucks or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, no fap is a sham. It's impossible. Have you ever dealt with student loan debt? All right, let me tell you how my dad. All right, my dad, rest in peace, was basically a career criminal. So he would like say when I was in school, he would like pay for it every semester. Like every semester, I didn't know if I was going back to school, right? And he would be like, "Yo, how much is your tuition again?" Hey, he be like, "Hey, nigga, how much your tuition again?" And I'd be like, it's so and so." And he's like, "All right, all right, all right." And he would go to the casino and gamble and try to get it. I shit you not. I shit you not. He would go to fucking the casino on fucking in Chicago, you can't gamble in Illinois, but you can gamble in like Indiana. So like we used to go to Gary, like there's casinos, out there. And he would go and he would get it, man. He would get it every time, man. Every fucking semester. And it was just like almost to the point where like sometimes it'd be like a buzzer beater or like it'd be like a little late or whatever, but we get it. And it was like baffling that he would be able to gamble that and get that kind of money gambling. I don't know. He taught. Yeah, I was thinking today about doing like a video on gambling, but I don't want to fucking put you ladies you got because I know how most of you guys. That's too much power to give to you guys, or too much. I feel like it'd be irresponsible for me to teach y'all that because he taught me a lot of the betting strategies, and I mean I've won them, man. Like I pretty much I know how to win every time. Every time I go to casino, I'm either gonna win or I won't lose a lot. Like no one's gonna say you'll win every time. Sometimes I lose, but if you follow this strategy right, you mitigate loss and you maximize wins. Maybe one day I'll do a video on it. Maybe. But I feel like I don't want you guys trying that shit. With great power comes great responsibility. What would you do? Hold on. All right, 1 second, guys. Oh. All right, my fault. My fault. I'm back. 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 I'm back up in the bitch. Who are your YouTube heroes? I mean, yo, Elliot. Elliot's my man. I like Ty. I like Tai Lopez. That's my man. Um, who else do I like, man? Owen. I mean, Tyler RSD. We're gonna do some videos next time I come to Cali. I'm probably gonna come to Cali at the end of this month or the top of next month. And I'm probably also gonna be again next month for the San Jose Fit Expo. Maybe. Who else I like? I think Mike Rashid has some good shit. I like all those Metroflex guys, you know, like all those guys, CT, MKHB. MKHB is probably my favorite YouTuber. It's not a fitness guy, it's the tech reviews, you know. He's probably my favorite YouTuber. Uh, like this fucking camera I bought off the strength of his strong cosign, you know. Uh, what else? I bought like the Note 4. Well, he recommended the Note 4, and then I left a comment on one of his videos asking, should I get that? And then like all his when you got as much YouTube juice as me, your comments kind of goes to the top or towards the top. So like all his followers, right, and a lot of them were my followers too, recommended that I get the Note 4, and that was a good purchase. So yeah, MKB is probably my favorite YouTuber. And then that Spanish kid who does the tech blogs too. He wears a bull. He likes the bulls, like me. I don't know. George is that nigga. You don't give. Oh, someone said, "What would you do if somebody wanted to fight you?" I'd probably try to like, hey, you know, I'll probably just, hey man, no, you win. You better than me. You know, you got whatever the problem is. Oh, you're the man. You know, I suck, man. You know, because I don't want to get into. I don't really want to get into it with someone, because if you put your motherfucking hands on me, I'm probably gonna try to kill you. Right, and that's not like me just being like a dick or like thinking I'm tough guy. It's just like I don't know what your fucking intentions are. If you really put your hands on me, I don't know what your intentions are. So I'll probably fucking kill your goofy ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't really fuck around. Like you're not gonna just fuck with me like that. You know. So to answer your question, if you try to fight me, I'll probably be like, oh no, man, you're right, I'm wrong. You know, I'll probably just say whatever I gotta say so you don't fight, just so I don't have to fucking murder your dumb ass in the middle of the street. Um, what's your favorite song for training? I usually listen to listen, I'm a fucking dork, so I like listening to podcasts when I'm working out. I don't really listen to music because here's the thing: music is like too distracting for me. Like, cause I used to study music theory and shit, so I'll start thinking about the chord progressions or the scales or like or you know, saying, oh man, what chord inversion was that? You know, I'll start thinking about it too much, you know, like the melody, and or I'll start really listening to the lyrics and start critiquing them. Like music is like a real distraction for me. So I kind of like listen to I listen to like podcasts. So like I like Tim Ferriss's podcast. Um who else? Joe Rogan, you know, the regular shit, you know, that's nothing crazy. Yo, I got the whole summer free. I'm 19. What would you do if you were me? Uh it depends on what your goals are. You know what I'm saying? Like, depends on what your goals are and what your life goals are. You might not know yet. When I was 19, what I do? The summer I was in college, so the summer I interned with Abbott Laboratories, Fortune 500, big pharmaceutical company. I did a sales and marketing internship with them, and that was like the fucking best summer of my life up until that point. Last summer was the best summer of my life. Yeah, so I don't know. You got to do something that's gonna help you. That's gonna improve your life, man. Like try to figure something. Hey, this is what I kind of like to do. Like when I set goals, I try to set goals that, hey man, if I accomplish this, man, will things be fucking different? You know, will things so like think like will my life be different because of it? So try to think of something that you can. I mean, 3 months is a long time. You know, 3 months you can accomplish a lot in 3 months. So try to think of something that you can accomplish within 3 months that would like make a dramatic change in your life, you know. Dude, I'm seriously running in the wild. I've started running in the wild. Am I running right? How long until improvement? I'm starting serious running in the wild. How long until improvements? All right, here's the thing. I don't know what that means or what your goals are. But I'll tell you this: whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever improvements you're trying to make in pretty much any thing in life, like the more consistent you are, the more focused you are, the more consistency is the key, man. Consistency is the key. It's like the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Consistency means you're going on a path, you're on that straight line. If you're inconsistent, well, you're weaving and wobbling, right? So it's gonna take you longer to get there. You're not going in a straight line. Consistency. Stock market opinion. I do not fuck with the stock market. And because I just feel like it's better. I mean, mutual fund, maybe like mutual fund or like an index fund, something like that might be cool. But like, man, I try to like put my money either in businesses that I'm starting or other people's businesses, and that way I have more control. Like, because that's the same thing you do in the stock market. You're literally, you're putting money into a business, and you're getting some ownership. So I'd rather just do that on a smaller scale, but where I have a larger involvement. So like, say, fucking guy wants to he wants to sell fucking keychains online or some shit. He wants to start this keychain business, right? Maybe the keychains. All right, the keychains are lighter, and they split the blunt for you, right? So it's like a stoner keychain. I'm like, because stoners always lose their lighter, so if it's on a keychain, they won't lose it. I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And let's invest in how much you need for that shit. You're like, oh man, I'm thinking this is all right. So I'll put up 10 grand. You do all the fucking work. Bring me back 20 grand or whatever. We'll figure something out. We'll figure out either, or maybe like an equity or some type of I'll see what some type of return on investment. I like doing shit like that. And I want to even do it like on a large scale. I want like one of my goals, like down the line, or not too future, do more angel investing. Like I want to get in startup shit. You feel me? So with startups. What do you think about the Hodge twins? I don't really think about them too much. I guess they're doing the thing. They're successful, man. Million. You know what the best thing the Hodge twins told me, what I learned from the Hodge twins, is you ain't got to try hard on this YouTube. You can just you ain't got to edit all the shit. You can just throw some shit up. And that was like, oh man, maybe I'm going too hard. People care about what you say instead of the production value of the videos. They made me realize. They showed me the light. You can just throw some shit up and it'll be good. And that's cool, man. I'm glad I learned that from them. Right? Because right now I'm not editing this video. This is gonna be up. It's gonna be on the internet forever, and it's just fucking live. I'm fucking winging it. And that's what I learned from them. So I thank them for showing me that path. Yo, Brandon, people are saying Tai Lopez is a fraud. What's your take? Oh man, Tai Lopez is for real, man. Like, I've been through his fucking crib. I've been in the fucking car. Like, he's really got the fucking money, man. Like, he's not a fraud. Now, if you don't like his product, that's different, but he's definitely like the real deal himself, right? If you don't want to pay $67 for 67 videos or whatever it is, however it works, then that's one thing, right? You can say you can make the argument that you don't think that's worth it, and that's based on opinion, right? So I can't argue with your opinion, But to say that he doesn't have the money is just false, Like, he got it, man. He fucking got it. I was in the crib. I met with his staff, like, and he's a genuine guy. Like, when I hear the way he talks in his videos, that's how he talks when the camera's off. Like, he talks to people like it's like the exact same. Like, that was the main thing that I noticed. Like, a lot of guys, man, you put the camera on them, like, hey guys, you know who it is? It's blah, 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 and we're gonna do a fucking ab workout, yeah. And it's hey guys, this is my magic drink and blah, you know, but like he just the way he is on camera is the exact way he is in real life. So to me, that's like the exact opposite of a fraud. That's like that's genuine, you know. Anyway, I like him. He's a guy. He's a good guy. He's I don't know, man. Like you know, people say a lot of things, man. Love a lot of people, man. And I think Ty like does that. Like he does shit. He does shit that pisses people off. Like, oh yeah, yeah, I just got this fucking Ferrari. Oh yeah, I'm just here in my garage. Why don't you check out my motherfucking Lamborghini? And but he does that intent knowing that people it was going to piss people off, right? Because here's the thing. In business, like or like anything, like you're not gonna get unanimous praise no matter what. Some people are just not gonna fuck with you, right? No matter what. And it's probably better to just ignore them and focus on people who do fuck with you, right? Like there's a lot of people who just talk shit about me on the internet who just don't like me, think I'm a bitch or what have you. And this, but there's 390 people watching this right now. I'm focused on y'all. I'm not really thinking about them. You know, I just focus because I think it'd be disrespectful to y'all if I only focused on the haters. Like some YouTubers, you know who they are. They always talking about the haters. Always talking people talking shit about them. I don't even think about that shit. It kind of just rolls on my back. I focus on y'all, man, because y'all like I'm only responsible. My only responsibility is to y'all, not the people who don't fuck with me. And I want to believe Ty feels the same way. So like he probably, I don't know, man. I mean, listen, would you think his product is worth it or not? That's one thing, but you definitely got the dough, man. It ain't fake. Do you write your goals down on a document or on paper? Do you set them in a list? All right, what I do is I write them on paper. Like I'm big on writing things down. I have like tons of notebooks around it, like almost like man, my shit looks like the fucking guy from Conspiracy Theory. Like I got fucking notes and shit written everywhere, you know. So what I think better on paper. I don't know that about myself. And in a document or like a app on my phone, it doesn't give me the same feeling. So excuse me. I write my goals down, and then next to it, I write a plan. A goal without a plan is a motherfucking pipe dream. It's just listen. A goal without a plan, a detailed plan with deadlines for each step, it's not a real goal. It's just another one of your dumbass ideas that will never come to fruition. It's just another one of your fucking harebrained schemes that will never see the light of day. You don't have a plan with deadlines for each step, you ain't got shit. So that's kind of another reason why I like the paper, because I can kind of see everything. And then I take it to a program as well. If I'm working with someone else, I'll take it to a program like Basecamp is a good one. It's kind of expensive. You can find cheaper ones online, but you can find free ones online. You know, but Basecamp is a project management tool. Or I was using another one before. I was using Asana, but Asana kept fucking up, man. So I switched back to Basecamp. And so, like, especially when I'm working with a team or I'm working with like a group of individuals, I was like, hey, asshole, you got to get on Basecamp, right? Because this is how I'm going to keep track of everything. So I put down the project. I put down all the steps, and I put down all the deadlines for each step. Then I put down who's responsible for each task in it and when it's due, right? So when it's coming up, I don't have to call motherfuckers or say, hey, did you get the fucking shit? I don't have to fucking, I can just look at it. And then if I text you, hey, what happened to the fucking shit? Why isn't it fucking done on Basecamp? It was due yesterday. Don't make me come down there and fuck you up. And then, you know, it gets done, you know, but that's how I do it, you know. So if it's just me, it's paper. If it's other people, it's paper. Then it goes to Basecamp. I'm not paid by them. I'm not sponsored by Basecamp. From France below. What up, France? Yo, the best gamblers. Listen, man. All right, listen. All right, real talk. Can I do this real quick off the top of my head? I don't know if I can do this off the top of my head. I don't know if I can do it right now. I haven't like thought about it. But like I be winning though. I do. It's like it's thing is, it's real hard to do, not because it's hard. It's hard to have enough discipline. The strategy, the main thing it requires is discipline. Like I showed Brian the strategy, and we went to the casino, and he lost $2,000 because we got separated, right? And I like craps, and he was like, "See, this is the gambling strategy is applicable to any game, right? I like craps because it takes away the illusion of any strategy, right? Motherfuckers who black jackback think they're fucking winning because of their strategy. It's fucking random. It's fucking random. I like craps. Hey, just roll it out. Whatever happens, happens. You know. So I taught Brian strategy. We split up. He goes through roulette. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know. I come back. This fool lost $2,000, and that's how I know he just the discipline. Just was he wasn't operating strategy, he started fucking winging it, and that's what happens. That's why I think he's the reason I'm scared to tell you guys the strategy. Is it worth it to study engineering, or should I be a business major? Look, man, I mean, it depends on what you want to do. Do you want to be a businessman or an engineer? I mean, that's like shit, man. You know, you want to be a businessman or an engineer? I don't know. I can't tell you what you're gonna do. I'll tell you this, man. Being an employee is way easier than being an entrepreneur. Because being an employee, man, it's just you just go to work, come home, and collect your check, man. Do the best you can. Hopefully, you'll rise up the ranks, get promoted. Being an entrepreneur, man, or any kind of leader, it's just difficult because like people are depending on you now. Like as an entrepreneur, your job is to make sure that the business generates enough income monthly or annually to pay the salaries of everyone there, and like keep the lights on and everything. People are depending on you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some shit I'm a part of, like businesses I'm a part of. One in particular, you know what I'm saying, where I guess I'm the CEO. Like we don't really have those kind of titles so far, but if I had to say it would be me, and I don't even get paid yet. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone we have people on the payroll who get paid, and I don't, right? But it's still my responsibility to make sure the business grows and to make sure that those people get paid from that endeavor. So it's like that, man. Like, so can you imagine starting a business, you running it, people depending on you, you working hard at it, but you're not getting paid. Everybody's getting paid but you. That's what it's like to be a businessman. That's what it's like to be an entrepreneur. That's what it's like to be a real leader. You ever see Shark Tank and they ask, hey man, so you paying yourself? And sometimes people say, yeah, I was on lunch, man, and they were like, yeah, we're paying ourselves $100,000 each. And it was 3 like chicks. Like, you paying yourself $100,000 each? And like, yeah, we come from, we feel like we worth it based on our experience. We work, and I was like, yeah, you worth it, but you're liquidating. I mean, that's assets. You wouldn't need to be here on Shark Tank if you weren't taking a salary. What was the point I'm making? Oh yeah, those they were thinking of themselves first. You're supposed to think of the Leaders Eat Last. This is a book I'm reading actually right now called Leaders Eat Last. This is actually pretty good. Same guy who wrote Start With Why. And yeah, man, like if you're a leader, you work for the team. They don't work for you. You work for them. You work for everyone on the team. Peyton Manning's the first guy. Peyton Manning works harder than everyone else. It's his job. If they lose, man, everybody's gonna look at Peyton Manning like, yo, what the fuck? We need a new quarterback. We need a new guy under center, because that's the responsibility of leadership, man. You're supposed to take the blame when everybody's looking to you, man. What the fuck was the question? I don't know. I hope I answered it though. Do I own Bitcoin? Nah, son, nah. Need to get rid of love handles. Listen, everybody out there, you got love handles, belly fat, or like the lower half of your abs. double chin, man tits, skinny fat. I'm gonna give you there's only one way to cure all of them. It's a cure-all. It's a panacea for each one of those disorders. Burn more calories than you consume. You all just need to cut. You can't burn fat in one place. You have to do it accumulatively. So like men just have more fat cells in this region, you know. Lower. That's why like you'll have first people like, yo, I got the top 4 abs, but I ain't got the bottom one. Like, what kind of lower ab exercise do I need to do? No, I'm like, no. You got the lower abs. They just covered with fat. So you need to cut, man. You're gonna cut. You burn more calories than you consume. I don't care how you do it. I don't care how you do it. Insanity, P90X, the motherfucking Slim Fast. You fucking use the shake weight all day, shake weight all day. The Jared Subway diet. I don't give a fuck how you do it, as long as you burn more calories you consume. After burning fat, I don't give a fuck how you do it, because those are all just tactics, all means to the same end, and that end is burning more calories you consume. You do that, love handles will be gone. The fact that you have love handles, it means that you've been in the caloric surplus for a little bit too long, brother. Is it okay to sell dope if I'm trying to take care of my fam? Keep it real. Here's the thing. I have a background in that industry. I've talked about it before. I don't want to get too into it, you know. I don't know what cases are pending or anything like that, you know. But I don't like when people justify it. Like I did the same shit, man. Like I've been involved in that shit. Like, yo, like don't try to justify it, man. Just say, yo, this is what I'm doing, man. This is what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm sure you want to take care of your family. I'm sure you want to come up. I believe that. But I don't believe that that's your only option. That's the only thing you can do. You might have to do, there could be other shit. There's other shit you can do. It just might not be as easy or as lucrative. It might be like harder work. It might be way worse, you know, but there's other shit you can do. Like let's not pretend that it's like some noble thing, you know. Like I get it, and I ain't trying to knock you either, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because I get it, you know. I get it. But let's not pretend that it's some noble thing. I just don't. That kind of bothers me. Like, yo, man, I'm just doing what I got to do to survive out here in the streets, you know. Like, cause I've been there, man. I mean, it really feel like that to you. But there's other shit you can do. There's other shit you can do. It's just not. It might not be as appealing, though. You know what I'm saying? It might be a lot harder work. It might be more demeaning work, lower level. But if you do this shit, now you've raised your status in the streets. Use quick money, fast money, easy money, and it's shit you can fucking rap about. You know, when you freestyling with your boys, you know. You can't rap about mopping floors, you know, or yo, I gotta feed my family, so fuck it. That's why I got the mop in the bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't rap about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But you can rap about being in these streets, you know, or whatever. I don't know. And it's been glorified to the point where like that's people see that as like their first viable option. Even me, I was like, yo, I was like, this, yeah, fuck yeah, this is what I need to be doing, you know. But it's like real talk. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna tell you if it's okay or not. Like, you got to make your own. You got to follow your own moral compass. But for me, the risk versus reward was just too much, man. Like, people around me were getting fucking murdered. You know, like they found my man like chopped up in the fucking car in Jersey, man. Esco, rest in peace, Esco, man. And I don't know. And then like people were overdosing too, and it's like, yeah, maybe, sure, I was responsible for. I mean, I wouldn't say I was responsible for the overdose, right? Like if I go fucking stab myself in the heart with the knife in the kitchen. It's not necessarily the knife manufacturer's fault, but it's not Sears' fault for selling me the knife, right? But I knew I still felt something, you know, when those things would happen, right? Yeah, sure, somebody, yo, man, if it wasn't you, they would have got someone else. You know how it is out here in these streets, shit. But I still feel something, and that's me. Maybe you don't, you know. And I don't know. I can't tell you if it's okay or right or wrong. But so the only thing I would take issue with is saying that you're trying to take care of your fam, like as if that's the only way. Because I know it's not the only way. It's just the coolest way, the funnest way, the most exciting way, and the fastest way. But it's not the only way. It's a way. And you know, saying you don't you know, there's other ways, man. It's on you though, you know. Why did YouTube take down your old video Blood Money? I don't know, man. If you check my other, I have another like music channel up here, but like I don't ever promote it. I only got 1,000. I haven't posted anything of it over a year, but I put it back up there, you know, on another channel. How many grams of fish oil do you take a day? I take about 2 like shot glasses full, one a day. Yeah, in different intervals, one before bed and one like with my first meal. Thank you for everything in your motivational videos. I've been asking for like a month. Why does the food I eat go? What? Why does the food I eat not go right to muscles or? Hey, bro, I got nothing but love for you, man. But I just can't. I don't know. I don't know if you articulated yourself as well as and maybe possibly English is not your first language. So like, all right, if I try to write something in Spanish, it might come out like that too. So I'm not trying to diss you for it. It's just I couldn't really comprehend it, you know. And I wanted to answer that, man, but it was kind of just it wasn't I couldn't understand. Shout out from Costa Rica. What up? Did you go to your high school prom? No, I went to all boys military school, so we didn't have a prom. Yeah. Have you heard of New York's calisthenics crew? Yeah, I have heard of them. Yo, Timothy Shufflebottom's in the house. What up, Tim? How do you feel about jacking up your carbs and increasing your cardio? Does it speed up your metabolism? Well, Tim, I know that like endurance athletes, they'll like the night before an event they'll carb up, you know, or even like Jordan before a game he would eat chicken pasta. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. I'm pretty sure it was like some kind of chicken Alfredo or something like that, some with a lot of carbs. So I think that's more of a performance thing, you know, like it's different if you're eating and training for performance rather than aesthetics. So they're totally different things. I know we talked before and you said you did some powerlifting, like, so you know, like training for aesthetics and training for performance, or eating for aesthetics and eating for performance are just two different things, you know, like there's two totally different worlds. So I would say it's probably a good thing if you're an endurance athlete, you know, if you like, I assume that's what you said, increase cardio. But if you want to be ripped, it's probably, I don't know, it's probably one of the worst things you can do. Where we at? Oh, some guy keeps writing I'm gay or I'm a faggot. You know, here's the thing, man, like that doesn't like bother me, you know, because I don't think being gay is a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? So like you should pick like another. Listen, you want to offend me, listen, you do whatever you want. I'm not telling you what to do. You know, you're old enough to make your own decisions. But if you want to offend me, you don't call me gay, because I don't think being gay is bad. I got gay friends, you know, like who gives a fuck, you know? So I don't know. You should just try something else. I mean, keep trying. Don't give up though. You might be able to offend me if you try hard enough, but you're just not on the right path right now. But don't give up. Oh, nah, nigger's not gonna work either. I just think that here's the thing. I just want all you guys to know. I don't think that a YouTube comment can affect me like that. Talk is cheap, man. You know, it's just different. So I don't know. But good try though. Good try, I guess. Would you ever write a self-help book? Yeah, I probably got something like that coming in the works. I've been working on something. I guess it's a self-help book, but it's more like just like I'm trying to, because right now if I put it together, it'd be just a bunch of random ideas. So I'm trying to like format it in a way where it's like where it's thematic, where it has a theme. Uh, Yo, I plan on being a D1 walk-on for my college team. All right. Got any advice? Yo, I mean that's a lofty goal, man. That's a lofty goal. If you can do it, man, then I'll tip my hat to you. I'm not saying you can't though. Just like go for it though. Like if you're gonna do it, you got to kind of dedicate this summer to it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what position you're gonna play. Uh, you want to man like work. If you can get a skill, if it's a skill position, then you want to. If I was you, I'd get a skill coach and just work with him all summer, man. Like pay whatever you got to pay, get a job to pay for it, do that, and then train and train hard, man. You need to be doing 2 days. You know what I'm saying? You need to be doing 2 days. Like it's gonna be, you got to go hard, man. Uh, why do you hate reading fiction? Is it really worthless? You know what? Here's the thing. I've written 2 books, right? And they were only like 100 pages, so they were small, quick. That's why they only cost like $1, right? They're kind of like pamphlets if they were printed out. They only cost 99 cents. That's the cheapest Amazon will make me do it with the Kindle Publishing deal, right? The KDP. If I read fiction, the only thing I would be able to get out of it is becoming a better writer, right? Because I just threw facts on the page, like, but like if I was concerned with flowery language and making it sound all cool, then reading fiction would help with that. So if you're a writer, then reading fiction is probably like the best thing, one of the best things you can do. But because I'm not that kind of writer, I kind of just want to get you the facts. It's not the same thing. So like, but I mean, fiction is some guy made up. Like literally, fiction is some guy made up. Nonfiction is just that, nonfiction. Like for instance, let me just grab some books like this, like right here. The Power of Habit. Somebody asked me about this book earlier. Yes, good book, right? It's based on a lot of like studies and evidence. It's not just some shit guy made up. But if you read or yeah, so it's like I don't know. I feel like it's applicable knowledge. I'm not saying you can't learn some fiction. Hey, some of these guys got some good ideas. You can learn some from some shit, some mice and men or whatever, right? But if I were you, I mean, I'd rather you just watch a movie, get it over with, in an hour, instead of devoting a week or a few days to reading some fiction. Just watching fiction, I don't know, but what the fuck do I know? I'm just some guy, man. Is being modest and humble a poor quality in a person? I don't know, man. I'm the most modest motherfucker ever. Ain't nobody ever been more humble than me. I jest. Surely I jest. I think being humble is good. It depends, man. Like if you're really humble, cool. If you're really modest, cool. But I know some people are just faking it. Like some people are fucking fake. Like you talk to people like when you hear people who like know Jordan, like Jordan walked around like he was the fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the shit, but he acted humble in the media, you know, because that's what people want. People like when you act like, but he was really more like Kanye West. Like Chris Webber once told the story that they were playing him in the playoffs, and before they got off the and Chris Webber said the Warriors, he was playing for the Warriors at the time. They got off the I think I'm the that might not have been Warriors, I forget, right? But he got off the bus, him and his team, and you see Jordan and Pippen smoking a cigar before the game. They were both smoking cigars before the game. Leaning on their cigars, looking at like he's like, man, he's like they were celebrating before the game, before we even played. And it's like, and then he said another. Chris Webber said another story. It's like before the game, Jordan walked into this is the craziest shit in the world. He walked into the other team's locker. It was like game 2, and I think they were in DC. You know, he's playing the Wizards. It might not have been the Wizards. Don't get all butthurt if I got the team wrong. He walked into the other team's locker room with a lit cigar, smoking a cigar in their fucking locker room before the game. And he's like, all right, so who's going to guard me tonight? And everybody started laughing. They pointed to the guy like, oh, yeah, you think you can guard me, motherfucker? This is Michael Jordan, right? But that's how he really was, right? But he hey, man, Michael Jordan, smiling. He did what he had to do, because people like that. So I guess it just depends, man. Like, if you're really humble, then I guess that's the attribute. I think it's overrated, though, man. I think it's overrated. You don't want to think you're better. You don't want to act like you're better than anyone else, right? Because we're all equal, especially for the most part. Human beings we're equal. But you should, like, if you believe, listen, if I'm going to war with someone, I want someone who really believes he's the best fucking soldier out, I want that motherfucker on my side. But arrogance is different. It was like, yo, I'm so good, I don't need the fucking sword. I'm so good, I'll fight these motherfuckers barehanded. Now that's over the top. You want to believe in your skill, but like still go. I want a guy still gonna go for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know even know if I answered the question, man. Somebody said, all right. So somebody says, help a nigga out. If you skip leg day, will it affect your lips that you don't do on leg day? Here's the thing. You guys want to know how to skip leg day successfully? Don't have a leg day. Just do full body workouts like me, man. Like you don't have to worry about leg day. You just start your workout with the 1 or 2 leg workouts, leg exercises, and then go on to the rest, man. That's what I do. So I squat basically every time I go to the gym, and I don't have to worry about it. And that's what it's like. You sound like you're a guy who wants to skip leg day. So fuck it, just don't have one. Just squat before you do your other shit. Just squat every day. I'm telling you, man. When I did the squat every day, I had to buy new fucking. I was squatting every day. I'm not even saying you do that. Just like every other day or something, or whenever you go. If you do full body workouts, do them every other day. That way you're squatting every other day. You're doing legs every other day, as well as every other body part. But when I did squats every day, I had to buy new jeans, man. Brian stopped doing it because he ripped too many jeans. I had to buy new jeans. Everybody in my circle, like there was a few of us who were doing it. It worked, man. It's like, fuck it, man. Don't have a leg day, man. Leg days are for bitches, man. Just fucking squat every day. Why are you so bald? It's called a male pattern baldness. All right, men, it comes from having high testosterone. It's hereditary. Every man in my family's bald, but not just that though. All the most awesome guys are bald. Tupac, Jordan, The Rock, Dalai Lama, Gandhi, Young Jeezy, Buddha. I mean, I can go on. Jeff Bezos, Jason Statham, Bruce Willis, everyone except for Paul Walker. Everyone except for Paul Walker and Ludacris in the Furious 7 movie. All of them. Everybody except for Paul Walker and Ludacris was bald. because he's fucking. It's like kind of like a badass thing, you know. I started shaving my head before I started the male pattern baldness started setting in. I started shaving my head before that because I wanted to fucking. I looked up the Pac and Jordan. So you know, I know you said that just to fuck with me, but it doesn't really fuck with me. So I'm fucking with you. What areas in life do you set goals in? You should set goals in every area. You should have. So you have a well balanced life. You should set career goals, physical goals, relationship goals, uh, and maybe even like goals that you want to like service goals, like something if you want to like charity or like whatever. One of my goals is this summer I'm gonna do the free boot camps again. We're still trying to work it out because it's gonna be so many people this year. We anticipate that we're gonna need permits from the city, so we're trying to get that together. But that's me doing something for free just to help people. You know, I ain't getting nothing out of it except for I get something intrinsic out of it, you know, because people seem to appreciate it. But that's yeah, man. So set goals like that. Help a Mexican somebody help a Mexican out. Do a goatee video. I don't really have. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it works. If it's if I have the facial hair, that would allow me to do that. You know, see, I don't have adequate facial hair for that. Yo, from London. How do you commit books to memory? You don't commit books to memory. That's a misnomer. What you want to do is, if it's a book I really like, I might take notes. You know. Well, so when I read, I underline. If you follow me on Instagram, you see sometimes I like Instagram. You know, a passage that I underlined that I thought was real poignant or you know profound. But so then I go back to those books that I've read already, and I'll just read like what I underline sometimes or like a bookmark. And you just kind of keep reintroducing the material to yourself over and over again. So like I'm always reading, and sometimes I go over the books I've read again. Sometimes I go over my notes again, and you just want to do that to a point where it just becomes a part of you. You know, like don't worry about trying to remember a whole book, unless it's like something like 48 Laws of Power. What I did, I made like some nerdy shit. I made flashcards law, and that's how I know almost all the laws by heart off the top of my head. But that was important to me to know that, you know, to have a firm grasp of that material. But most shit is not that important. Most of you just read it and read shit like it, read shit in that area, in that field of study. You keep reading books in that field, go over it. It just starts to become a part of you. You know, it's like, and you don't really have to worry about it unless you want to, right? Unless it's something that you really want to study, then you got to study it like a book, like you would in school. All right, somebody writes, why the hell won't you answer my question? Is it because of the metric system? Here's the thing. I don't even know what question you're talking about. That was the first time I saw a question from you. And you kind of squandered your opportunity because you asked a question about asking questions. So now I can only answer your question about answering questions because I don't know what the initial question was. And I wanted to, I would love to answer your question. It's just, you know, listen, this thing, man, you see how fast this shit is going. There's no, if any of you thought that I was going to answer everyone's question on here, and you're living in a dream world, man. I'm just one guy doing the best I can. All right, I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. Why are you mad at me, bro? I'm out here trying. I'm trying. I'm just not gonna see everything, man. Come on, man. Weed and bodybuilding. All right, I know a lot of guys and girls, fitness guys, fitness girls, who you guys would know if I said their names or whatever, who like smoke weed a lot, like way more than me. Like me, it's so fucking rare that I don't even like saying I smoke, right? Because it's like I feel like a real smoker. When you're mad, you ain't no real smoker. You don't even smoke every month. And I'm like, yeah, I guess not, you know. Because I just don't like it as much as everyone else does. And that's cool, you know. That's me. I just don't like it as much as everyone else. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. It's fine, But these motherfuckers smoke, man. Like a lot of guys, man. Like motherfuckers, you guys know, smoke weed. Like they go hard. Like some of these motherfuckers, there's people who I have not seen sober ever, not once, in the fitness community. So I guess it kind of just depends on the person, man. It kind of just depends on the person, like if you can handle it, then fine, If you can't, then fine, then don't do it. Like I probably just can't handle it as much anymore. I get kind of tired. I start laughing too much. I wouldn't be able to work out. I know people who smoke before they train. I would just my whole session would just be one long joke. It's like a joke, and I would just be sitting on the bench the whole time laughing, and so it wouldn't be it wouldn't be the best thing for me. But like some people get more focused, so it just depends on the person. We're all different, so different stimuli is going to affect us in different manners. We're all a little different. I don't know. Have you ever tried crack? Nah. I mean, I never tried to smoke it, if that's what you're asking. Would you make a book on your life? Yeah, but down the line, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it's only gonna get a lot better, you know what I'm saying? Yo, ex snapper. The answer to your question is yes. Tips for moving out the house after high school. I mean, get a job. Then you can support yourself. Maybe even save. I mean, that's your goal, right? Then save money. Save money. Like start working while you're in high school. Save money again. You want to have 6 months of savings, maybe to support yourself for 6 months at least. At least, like better to have a year, man. And you be straight. Then like the thing about that is you can move with a lot of confidence. You can just move with a different kind of confidence and say you want to move scared, or you won't have to think scared. You just be better off, man. And then get a job. Somebody asks, oh, who do I have for the NBA playoffs? Here's the thing, man. If any of you follow me on Twitter, you know that last night I basically had a mental breakdown watching the Bulls Cavs game. Like, I don't think I can watch the rest of the series. I think here's the thing. I love the Chicago Bulls. I've probably loved the Chicago Bulls like longer, like as far as duration is concerned. Like I love Wifey more than the Bulls, right? I love YouTube more than the Bulls, right? But if you talking about just duration, only Mom and Dad are the things that I love longer than I've loved the Chicago Bulls. So to watch, like if my TV was smaller, I would have thrown it out the window at halftime. I don't think that I am mentally stable enough to watch the rest of the series. Because being a Bulls fan is just exhausting, man. Mentally is exhausting. And I just feel like my mental resources can be allocated better, than me walking, pacing around the house, yelling and throwing shit, scaring the hell out of George. Because Jimmy Butler keeps taking threes. Anyway. Are you cutting right now? Nah, all right, here's the thing. This summer, I'm trying. I just got done with a cut, so I'm trying to stay this lean now, and I'm trying to lean bulk, like try to stay this lean in bulk during the summer. It's gonna be. I don't know if I can do it. I'll be happy if I gain 2 pounds of muscle this whole summer. I mean, I won't just be happy. I'll be fucking ecstatic if I can stay lean and gain 2 pounds of muscle. But that's just me, So I'm lean bulking. Somebody says, "Yo, BBC, why do you have such a fucking huge head?" And to carry all these brains, man. You hear this knowledge I'm dropping? I need a big cranium to house this organ. You know, all this mental capacity, man. Yo, I think motherfuckers think that they can fucking listen. You got here's the thing. You can keep doing it if you want. You gotta understand, man. Like I'm from like the bottom, right? Like I've been through fucking hell. So like a YouTube comment is not really something that can like affect me mentally because I have dead fucking homies. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been through like I've been through fucking a lot of shit. So like I mean you can do it if you want. I mean you all know to make your own decisions, but this is gonna take a little bit. You gotta actually like do something to me, like for me. Like it has to be like a physical. You have to be in my vicinity and do something to me to hurt me. It has to be like physical pain, you know, and that's harder than you think. You know, that now that puts you in a precarious situation. Oh, you have a huge head. You're a faggot. You're a nigger. It's like, okay. Even if all that's true, man, like I'm still, I don't know. I think pretty highly of myself, so I'm not really tripping off that. How do you break through cutting plateaus? I always say that word weird. Here's the thing. A lot of times when people have when people stall when they're cutting, when they can't, it's because they've been in a caloric deficit for so long. The body thinks it's starving, so it starts shutting down certain things like hormones, things of that nature. And when you do that, when that happens, then fat loss stops. So a cheat day, like this is the reason. This is the real reason for cheat day. So you just tell your body, hey man, we ain't starving, man. Take that cholesterol, that leptin back up. You know, take the cortisol down. Let's get these motherfucking gains. You know, how to become more modest. I'm probably not the guy to ask about that. What helps you with your vertical jump? Here's the thing. Jumping. I know it sounds stupid, but like plyometrics. You want to do? I mean, first of all, you want to be doing. You want to maybe like do like squatting, but you want to do low reps, right? And then also like doing like plyometric movements. You wanna activate those fast twitch muscle fibers because those are responsible for the power that you need to elevate. So I don't know, jump squats, jump lunges, jump box jumps, shit of that nature. Just search plyometrics. There's a lot of it on the internet, and that should help you out a little bit. Can you explain your tattoos? I'm not gonna tell you what these mean. It's a little secret. But this one, my fucking actually, I was just with my mom, and I was like, "Yeah, I want a tattoo," and she thought these were cool. So I mean, they were like years apart. So she picked them out. Soreness, how to deal with muscle soreness after workout. Yeah, it just, you know, you're probably new. Sound like you're new. It's like when you first start working out, the soreness is fucking crazy, and it'll start to go away. You know, economics or engineering. If you love engineering, do engineering. If you love making money, then study economics. Hey, you say you can have carbs after weightlifting. Can you have McDonald's post heavy workout? You know, there's a lot of shit at McDonald's. It depends on what your goals are. You know, like and what your health goals are too. I don't know, like just in general, that might not be the illest spot, the best spot for you to eat. But I mean, you can, you know, you can. I don't know if it's. I mean, I don't know, man. Here's the thing: with almost everything, maybe you should just try it for a little bit. These fucking guys. Shout out to the fresh lighting in your room. Yeah, you know what it is? That's the lighting you refer to is the sun. You know, and it's starting to go down. Yeah, so shout out to the sun. The sun been holding me down for a long time. You know. Shout out to the sun. Do you think it's important to share your knowledge or be selfish and keep it to yourself? You know, you don't want to be that guy. You ever been in the gym and there's a guy walking up to people giving unsolicited advice? You don't want to be that guy. But if people ask you and you know the answer, then you can tell them if you want. I don't think it's important. I don't think it's mandatory. Certainly not mandatory. Do you know a good or best method to burn calories, more calories you consume? Here's the thing. Everybody wants to know the best. The best method is the one you can adhere to consistently. That whatever it is, whatever you can do consistently is the best method, right? Like some people like jumping rope, some people like sprinting, some people want like walking for 2 hours instead of some people like me. I think it's real to just eat less. You know, like then you don't have to worry about burning the calories so much. You just eat less, right? Because it takes, if you run an hour, if you run for a mile, you only burn about 100 calories on average. But you can eat 100 calories in like one bite, you know, of like, or like one soda is 100 calories. So it's like it's easier to just eat less than it is to try to burn more. I mean, that's the main thing. I don't know if that really helps you or not, but eat less. What's a good weight to start benching on the bench press? I'm 17. Oh man, I don't know, man. Like if you're just starting, then like, yo, man, just just see what you can lift. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you can lift for 10 reps, and 11 is impossible with good form. Like you can't do 11 with good form. That's the weight for you, man. But you're gonna have to find that for yourself, you know. Uh, any good advice on interviews? All right, here's the thing. You got an interview coming up. You want to make sure you look the person in the eye when you're talking to them, but not like in a freakish way. You know, just when they're talking, look them in the eye. You know, be there. Make sure you smile when you're in the room. Some people, it's weird. People don't smile. Like if you read How to Win Friends and Influence People, then you know all this shit. If anything, read How to Win Friends and Influence People, or at least try to find a summary online and memorize that shit before you go in there. There's some shit you can do. All right, here's the thing. Also, go in there with a lot of questions. Like, so don't just be in there answer questions. Like, go in there so you have questions to ask them. Find out about the person who, if you can't find out about the person who works there, right? Find as much information about him as you can. Find out as much about the place you're interviewing at as you can. Like, do research. So come with like a lot of questions. Don't write them down and have them memorized. You know, coming in so like, yo, for example, so he'll be like, hey, so and so, you have any questions for me? Like, yeah. How long you been working? How long have you been working here? Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do it like that. How long have you been working here? You know, how long have how what do you think about the work environment here? You know what I'm saying? What about don't ask shit like, yo, how much vacation I get though? What time is lunch break though? Don't ask shit like that. It just makes you seem selfish. Ask questions that are more inquisitive about either the person in general. People like when you ask them questions about themselves. So ask questions about that person or about the business. You know, get that person talking. Here's the thing about here's the thing about interviews or any conversation. The person asking the questions is the person who's in charge, who's directing the conversation. Keep that and remember that. That might not make sense to you, but the person who's asking the questions is in charge of that conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you have to be you have to go out of your way to be in charge of the conversation, but you can lead a person in certain directions by the questions you ask them. You know, and people like talking about themselves. So you can ask questions about themselves, they'll start talking. They'll love and they'll like you more. That person will like you more if you ask him questions about him. And if he likes you more, he will hire you, or more likely to, because People like to work. People like to hire people and do business with people that they like. So ask him questions about him or the business or her about it. We might be an interviewee, you know, and don't say nothing fucking stupid, you know. Like some people say fucking dumb shit. I have an example, but I don't want to share it because you know whatever. Those are good things. Oh, you know what? Another thing you can do. All right, it's called mirroring. You don't want to be too. You know, all right. This is good. Anybody listen to this? It's a good way to build rapport with someone and make them like you. You don't want to be caught doing this shit because you'll look like a fucking moron. But like, if the person like leans back, it may be like you. Wait a second, then you like lean back, and then like they go this side, then maybe like you go like start cross their legs the way they cross their leg. They do this, and maybe you do that. But like trying to be too obvious about it. And once you start mirroring for a while, and once you guys get in sync, then you'll do something. Like you'll probably go like, and you'll notice that they do that. And then when that person does that, this is real neuro-linguistic programming, you know, blah blah blah. If you want to know more about this, yeah, study some NLP. When they start mirroring you, fucking got them. They love you. That person really likes you. You guys are in sync now. All right. And if you can get that person mirroring you, there's no way you won't get hired. Unless he's fucking one of the other interviewees, in which, then you know, what are you gonna do? Big L or Nas? Nas. I mean, Big L was dope, you know, but Nas. Full body workouts for natural bodybuilders and strength. Yeah, full. I mean, I'm a big proponent of full body workouts. That's my shit. Books that boost confidence. Awaken the Giant Within. How to have confidence. It's called how to have power and confidence with dealing with people by what Les Giblin. Maximum Achievement, Brian Tracy. Those are good ones. Do you still fuck with Tupac even though his beliefs and gods are different than yours? Yeah, man. Like here's the thing. People say so. I get what you're saying, and that's a good question because people ask me that all the time. Like they'll say, "Yo, you recommend this book, but the guy made reference to God. I thought you were atheist or whatever, or somewhere a question like this." And I'm just like, that's too much. That's like I don't have to agree 100% with someone on everything. I don't have to agree 100% with someone on all subjects to like them as a person. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't have to agree with a book 100% to think it has this good material within the book or that it's a good book, right? That's too high of a criteria. Like I'll never find anyone to meet that criteria. I don't meet that criteria. I don't like myself 100%. Like this shit about myself that I'm working on. I have flaws, you know. Like I wouldn't even like myself if I held myself to that standard. So like, yeah, this is too high of a standard to hold anything to. So yeah, Pac's still my favorite rapper by far, you know. Please fucking answer. I'm 15. How do I figure out how many calories to consume on a cut so that I'm getting lean fast? I do the warrior diet and consume all the calories post-workout. Look here, Kenny. I will fucking answer that question. Easy way to tell if you're burning more calories you consume. You don't even have to do no math, bro. I'm gonna make this real simple for you, right? Because you're just learning algebra. So I don't want to confuse you. Look here. If you are losing weight, you are burning more calories than you consume. That's it. And if you're not losing weight, you are not burning more calories than you consume. You don't gotta do no math. All you gotta do is step on the scale once a week, every other day. Do it every day. Who gives a fuck? Try it and see what you know. If you are gaining weight, you are consuming more calories than you burn. It's just that simple. You don't have to make it more complicated than that. You don't have to count nothing. You don't have to download any apps. That's all you need to know. If you are losing weight, you are doing it right. You're burning more calories you consume. You're eating, you know what I'm saying? You're keeping, I mean, the warrior diet in general should put you in a deficit for the most part, like pretty much automatically. That's basically a fast all day and then one meal at night for the most part, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. You can eat nuts and berries and shit during the day, right? But at the end of the day, you can eat a real meal. That's the same thing. The slim fast. That's the same thing. Slim fast. Slim fast is basically the warrior diet. It's the same shit. You can eat these fucking shakes all day, and at the end, you can finally have some real food. That's the same thing. I'm not dissing the warrior diet. I'm just being a dick for because he wrote his thing in all caps. But I fuck with you, Kenny. I want you to succeed. So here's the thing. Start keeping a log of everything you eat. Every rep of every set. Start keeping a training nutrition log. Hey, all the top guys do it. You'll never meet no top bodybuilder or fitness guy or gal who doesn't have a detailed fitness training nutrition log. Nah, man. So do that. Write down everything. Just write it down. You don't have to add, don't do math. I don't want you counting macros. You're just a kid, man. You need only math you need to be doing is in motherfucking trigonometry class, right? And then get on the scale. If the numbers drop, you're doing it right. If the numbers don't drop, then look at your log and say, all right, where can I make some cuts? I mean, how can I decrease the amount of food that I'm eating on average per day? That's not just for Kenny, guys. That's all of you. All of you can do that. I'm fucking killing this Q&A shit today, man. Jesus. Do you think it's possible to get so big and shredded at the same time, like some fitness models, and maintaining the year round naturally? Here's the thing. Me personally, I do what's called micro cutting and bulking. So like, I never get fat. Like if you look at Phil Heath right now, like look at his Instagram or something, he's fucking big as hell, right? Because he's bulking right now. He's gonna cut when he gets down to as he gets closer to Olympia. Okay. That's what fucking guys on roids do for the most part. I mean, so like guys who stay, it depends on what your diet is. I don't know if you stay fucking 6% body fat and you build muscle all during the year, and then that might be a little bit of a red flag. And but if you, but I never get fat, man. I never get fat, and I probably max out about maybe like a pound or less per month when I'm bulking. But I never do that Phil Heath bulking where I get fat. You know, I never do that shit. So like to answer your question, maybe. But it depends on what you mean when you say shredded. Like if you look at my videos from the top of this year, even my face in the Q&A, I was like a little bigger because I was bulking, you know, like, and I went longer than I normally do because I was just experimenting, trying to see what I can do, what I can accomplish. So I wasn't like photo shoot ready then, you know what I'm saying? Like like even I have a video where I have my shirt off. I think it's the yoga, acro yoga video, and you can even comments, yo, Brandon look kind of chubby right now. He's looking kind of soft, right? I still had a six pack, but it wasn't like it is now. It wasn't as defined, and that's cool because I was bulking. So it depends on what you mean by shredded. You know, I guess what I'm trying to say. Knowing what you know now, you think you would have been a millionaire if you started in your 20s? No. Here's the thing. I still wouldn't have been as mature. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really the maturity. And I'm still not like if you've been with me for the last 2 hours watching this, you know I'm still not the most mature guy. I've never no one's gonna, you know, I'm not the most mature motherfucker, you know. So like I think me like slow me down is just maturity. And I think the reason I'm coming up, I've been coming up the last few years, and it's getting better and better. I think it's just because I'm becoming more mature, and as you mature, you're able to prioritize better, and you just make better decisions. And it's not necessarily based on knowledge, because I've been reading. Oh, I mean, you gain knowledge, you gain experience as you get older, wisdom. So it's definitely that. But I think the main thing is just maturity. So I don't think I'd be much better at. I think if anything, I might have like just been more successful at doing immature shit. You know, for real, I'd have been more successful at doing shit that I wouldn't do now. You know, immature shit. You know, how do you discipline yourself to be successful? Yo, man, pain and pleasure. Everything you do is because of pain, either to avoid pain or to pursue pleasure. So you have to really associate a lot of pleasure with accomplishing your goal and a lot of pain with not accomplishing your goal, and that will like motivate you. So one way to do it, I told you, I got that folder of screenshots of mean shit people said to me, and it's not been as effective lately. You know what I'm saying? That method. So like I'm trying to find other shit, you know, but like just pain, man, pain will really make you effective, like really help you. Like pain is like a big motivator. Like so, if you want something you don't have it, like feel the pain, man. Feel the pain of not having it. Don't try to minimize that. Maximize it. Make it worse than it is. If you get dramatic about it, and that's gonna fucking push you. What do you think about Logic, the rapper? Oh man, I'm so old, man. I'm not even on it, man. I'm sorry, I don't know who that dude is, man. But I'll check him out though. Uh, okay. Quotes: Money doesn't bring you happiness. Shit, broke niggas say. Your thoughts? No, I mean I don't think money doesn't make you happy, but lack of money is okay. It's like air, man. It's like air. Air doesn't make you happy. Oxygen doesn't make you happy. Oh man, so much oxygen, I'm fucking thrilled. But if you didn't have it, you could not be happy. If you were worried about your oxygen supply, then you could not maintain happiness. You get what I'm saying? If I suffocate you, then you would want oxygen worse than anything. You would want it so bad, you know? And I feel like money is like a similar, right? If it doesn't make you happy within itself, but I think not having it will, you can't be happy with a lack of it, right? It's like poverty is not easy. Poverty is painful, man. Like poverty is exhausting. It's mentally and physically exhausting. It's makes life so difficult, you know. So like you want to have enough money that you don't have to think about it constantly. You don't have to, because I've had to worry about where my next meals come from. Wake up hungry, not knowing where you're going to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been to the fucking bottom, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping in the whip. You know what I'm saying? Like not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing where I'm. It's hard to be happy when you with that feeling. It might be impossible. I mean, maybe like somebody who's been meditating for 20 years, 8 hours a day, maybe they can be happy with nothing, but I couldn't. So I think you just want to have enough money that you don't have to. Once you have enough money that you don't have to fucking trip over it, sweat over it, then you're good. I think you need to have that much money to be happy. I think so. I think you need to have enough money that you don't have to fucking worry about it all the time. You need that to be happy. That's why I'm such a big proponent of saving have 6 months of savings on deck, man. Cause then you're fucking chilling, man. You're chilling, bro. You fucking chilling. Best way to get rid of man tits, you need to cut. You need to cut. It's fat. Lower belly fat. You need to skinny fat. You need to cut. Burn more calories consumed. It's just fat, man. It's not like a special condition. It's just fat, You just got a little bit of fat on your belly, man. And that's cool, man. It happens. You know, just get rid of it. Do I go to clubs? No, I don't get out much. All right, so Mark has asked this about 30 times. He asked, what do you think is a good penis length and girth? That's not something I really think about, man. You know, like, listen, it's like I remember, like I'm fucked up that I'm really answering this question, but I'll do it anyway. I think it's woman specific, right? Every woman's different, you know what I'm saying? She probably has her own preferences. Is it bad I want to be a kingpin if those are my goals? I mean, do you mean like illegal activity? You know, like a drug kingpin? I mean, yo, listen, those are your goals, those are your goals. Here's the thing. Nobody wants to admit it, but criminals are a vital part of our of our um of our economic ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Like we need criminals, right? Because law enforcement it builds a lot of jobs, a lot of crime, man. It sucks though. I wish we found a better way. That's why I think capitalism is just not perfect, man. Capitalism is just not perfect. It's the best system we've come up with so far as humans. I like to believe we can do better, but I'm not smart enough to figure that out. So I'm just gonna roll with what we got. But having that said, yeah, man, like you know, criminals are a vital part of our economic ecosystem. You fund law enforcement, jails are big business. Like I don't think people know that jails are fucking big business. Um, Courts, like a lot of people, state are employed. Like if there was no crime just ended in America, then there would be a lot of people jobless. There would be a lot of poverty, like because it would be a lot of jobs that weren't necessary, a lot of businesses that weren't necessary. You know, security systems, uh, fucking nice. What I need this for? And nobody's gonna come after me. You know what I'm saying? Guns. I wouldn't need I wouldn't need my fucking 38. Like, well, so you know, hey man, you be doing something. Do you think having too many lists are unproductive? I think lists are vital. There's a good book called the Checklist Manifesto. You should read, and it just talks about how having a check, basically, you can read it if you want, you know, if you're interested. But basically, the book just shows a lot of examples and studies about how when people keep checklists, they're a lot more effective and efficient. And in fact, they had all the surgeons in this one hospital. They had them all keep a checklist for everything they need to do as far as washing hands, scrubbing, putting gloves, and the death rates at that hospital like dramatically plummeted just because they were keeping a checklist, you know. And the reason most planes don't crash is because the checklist is something that pilots use to before they take off. They have a checklist. They all go over him and the co-pilot, and it's so effective that the majority of planes take off and land without incident. The majority, you know. I was very ill last month. Lost about 12 pounds. But that had been muscle or mainly fat. You know, it's probably like muscle glycogen. Like here's the thing, your body uses a lot of glucose to fuel your immune system to fight off bacteria or viruses, right? So a lot of it might have been glucose, some of it might have been muscle, some of it was fat, a lot of it was water weight. A lot of it was water weight. Like if you were sick, if you were only sick for like a week, you're probably fine, man. You'll probably get back into it. Is it bad to chase money as a goal? Or should I focus on improving lives? I mean, here's the thing. for the most part, to make money, you have to provide a product or service that people are willing to exchange currency for, right? So for the most, I mean, if you're doing it legally, that's what you're doing. Like that's how you make money. You provide a product or service that someone thinks is valuable enough to exchange currency for. That's how our system is set up. So I mean, it can only be bad if you're like ripping people off, or if your product or service doesn't do what it claims to do, then it's bad. But if you have a good product or service that you're providing for people, then it's probably like you're probably doing something good, you know. Like the author made money when I bought this book, right? Author made money off it, but the book provided. I felt like it was worth it, Like I felt it was worth I don't know, however much I spent on it, to the point where I had this on paperback, but I bought it on paperback. I already had it on Kindle. I read it on Kindle first. I bought the book twice because I thought it was that valuable. The author made money, and he provided something, a service. I mean, a product for me that I was willing to exchange currency for twice. So I think you have a good product or service that's truly valuable. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that at all. If your whatever you're selling is providing value. Yo, BBC, I love your channel. I broke my leg and I was wondering what I can do to get my upper body jacked while I recover. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, you just talk to your doc. I've never had a broken bone. I don't know if my bones break. I mean, maybe theoretically, I guess, but in practice, they haven't. But if I was you, I would probably just chill, man. I don't know how long it takes for a broken leg to heal. If it's a year, then maybe you want to do something. But if it's only a few months, then I don't know. Do what your doctor says, though. Honestly, if your doctor says you can do upper body movements, then just do upper body movements. Presumably stuff where you're sitting down. There's a guy in my gym who works out in a wheelchair who's fucking jacked. So, Google. If I was you, I was like, if your doctor okays it, see what these wheelchair athletes are doing. You ever see guys in Olympia with wheelchairs and shit? They be ripped. Guy from Bed-Stuy wants to challenge me in pull-ups underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. Sound like a setup, man. It's like you're gonna try to fucking rob me, man. But anyway, if you want to meet up though, the boot camps. We're gonna do the boot camps. I'll announce them as soon as we get the permits from the fine city of New York. We're gonna do free boot camps all summer. Do you recommend large amounts of cocaine to get ripped fast? Listen, that works. I have not seen anyone take large amount. Here's the thing: if you're doing cocaine, it's only kind of a matter of time before they're large amounts anyway, right? Most people don't dabble in that. Like some people say, oh yeah, I just casually, I take a bump here and there. And they might start off like that, but I know that's either bullshit or it's short-lived. It's only a matter of time before it's an all the time thing, you know what I'm saying? Or at least every weekend. So anyway, if you're doing coke at all, it's going to be large amounts at some point. You're on the path to large amounts. Don't ask me how I know. I never did it, but I know motherfuckers used to think they didn't have a problem, but I knew they had a problem because I was a problem solver. I say that to say this: it will work. You will lose tons of weight fast. It's a great pre-workout, but you will also subsequently ruin your motherfucking life and possibly the lives of people around you. So there's a trade-off. How long do you take to plan your goals, man? For one fucking day, less than that, like an hour. It doesn't take all day, man. I feel like I'd be like, yo, you got so all right, so somebody tell me to go, like, oh, you got a plan with deadlines for each step? I was like, nah. They were like, nah, man, I ain't got that. I'm like, why not? Man, I ain't had the time. Man, this shit takes a fucking hour. That. All you gotta do is write out everything you think you need to do, and put a fucking deadline there. Put that shit in order and put a deadline to it. You're fucking done. Shit should take fucking 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You're not building a rocket ship. You're trying to fucking you're trying to fucking lose your muffin top or something, you know? Why are you responding to trolls? Hey, baby, I'm responding to everybody, man. You know? I just appreciate. Here's the thing: the trolls fucking love me. The trolls love me. Everyone, like, even though they talk shit or they talk, you don't subscribe to a motherfucker's YouTube. Everybody watching this is either a subscriber on YouTube or they're fans. They like my Facebook page or Twitter and it came from there. Like they're fans, and the only reason they talk shit and the reason they talk shit is not because of me or I don't make. It's not because of me, you know. Like I mean, I'm not perfect, but you know, I'm pretty cool. The reason they talk shit or try to demean me or hate is because I'm the embodiment of everything they are not or want to be, right? So I represent, like, a lot of times when people see someone or somebody doing something that they want to do or living a life or doing something they want, if they feel like that person, it makes them feel better if they say that person is cheating or they can just demean that person to minimize the success that they don't have or minimize, right? So like it's kind of like, honestly, man, it's like you can learn a lot of. Sometimes I respond to them and I don't. You see, I haven't really been dissing them, right? It's because I have a certain compassion for them to a certain extent, right? Because I know what it's like to be down. You know what I'm saying? To be down, to be not where you want to be in life. Like happy, successful people don't behave like that, right? Right? Happy, successful people. You think Jay-Z is fucking on Cali Muscles page right now? You know, there's a reason when you watch James Bond movies, there's not a scene where he goes on the internet talking shit on the Ellie host video, right? This because it's not a cool thing to do, and happy, successful people don't behave like that, right? So part of me kind of has pity, you know what I'm saying? Because I know what it's like to be down, you know what I'm saying? So like I know what it's like to be fucked up, you know what I'm saying? And I think that I mean they'll come up, man. They'll come up. So basically what I'm saying is out of sympathy, if you ask why I was responding to them at all. You know, I respond to everybody. Do I have nightmares? Only if I take too much melatonin, man. Sometimes that should have you all fucked up. Collab with Owen Cook, yeah. We actually like we talked about it, like on the phone. He wasn't in LA last time I was in LA, but we about to. How much time do you waste daily, and how much time are you grinding? That's man, shit. Uh, that's a good question because I do feel like I waste more time than I should, or like you know what happens is I get caught in what I call like in between gaps, like in between tasks. Like I'll be knocking out a task, and that's where I lose it in between the tasks. Like I'm only supposed to. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll be, and so like I'm trying to like mitigate that a little bit. I haven't watched TV all day. Like to put that in perspective, I've been at home all day working. I haven't turned the TV on once. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I'm better at it. You know what I'm saying? But excuse me, it's there's always room for improvement, kind of like that. Like there's always room for improvement. Top 3 books for a young black male. I'll just give you one, man. And the same book I give to everybody. But How to Win Friends and Influence People. But specifically for a young black man, that's going to be important because listen, people will get mad at me for saying this, but I believe this. I believe that you will have less problems with law enforcement if you read that book. Or this problem anyway, because like you gotta understand, like just being a black man and young, people are gonna be like kind of frightened of you. You know what I'm saying? Just because some of this is our fault, like the way we present ourselves, you know, in music or like just where we walk around, you know, pants sagging, dreadlocks, all that shit. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm not saying anything. I'm not making a moral issue. I'm just saying people are gonna be fucking scared of you if you got your fucking pants down. You with a bunch of motherfuckers with dreadlocks. I know I sound like an old ass man. Hey, look here, boy. You got walk around with your pants down. People gonna be scared of you. You know, that's real shit though. That's real shit though. So to mitigate that, like even me, man, like I'm a lot bigger than I look. Right? You guys see me like that's what everyone says when they see me. Hey, you're bigger than I thought you were. I'm fucking tall, covered with tattoos, bald, and I'm big and you know muscular. So like, and I'm the only black guy on my whole street, right? So, cause I came up, moved out the hood. I ain't fucking with y'all, no, but I did come up though. So when I'm like around here, like you guys had to use that How to Win Friends, like to put people at ease. Like, no, man, I'm not a threat, man. I'm not here to rob you or rape you. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gotta worry about it. But when I talk to the police, I know they stop me to fuck with me because well, not to fuck with me. That say, hey man, let's go fuck with some niggas today. And it's like, fuck is this guy doing in this neighborhood, right? I get it. What? Okay. But when I talk to them, they know, hey man, this dude ain't on shit, man. This dude, he's a nice guy. This guy, they walk away saying, hey, he's a nice guy. I like that fucking guy, right? And that's that How to Win Friends and Influence People. So like, this is gonna help you, man. It's gonna help you. But that's anybody of any race, like any human, is just gonna help you in general. But specifically, a young black man, just because people are just fucking frightened of us, man. You know, people are fucking frightened of us. And usually, like when I go in the store, I deliberately don't put my hands in my pocket because I don't want them to think I'm stealing something because I know they're watching me. And that's cool. I don't take offense for it. I'm just like, this is what it is, man. So fuck it. I'm not gonna try to fight the system. The only thing I can do is just make them feel like, hey man, I ain't here to rob you. If I did, you'd be fucked. This place would have been robbed if I wanted to. I'm not here for that, man. I just want to make my purchase and go. Are you in ice baths now? I'm not doing ice baths now. Ice baths fucking suck. But they are effective, man. Sorry, man. They're coming in so fast. Pause. I got a cat. She's fat. Can George give us some advice? Listen, George is really active. He's asleep now, but like he can like jump. He'll do this thing where he jumps from the floor to the top of the refrigerator and back. And like that's like his exercise. Like just weird, man. Yeah, man, I guess we're done. Like I've been on this shit. Yo, it's almost 3 hours. Yo, we gotta finish this shit, man. My fault, man. Yo, I love y'all. It's my pleasure. It's been my pleasure, man, to fucking talk to y'all. I'm glad some of you were interested. So yeah, man. You know, yo, we do this every Friday, every Wednesday, almost every Wednesday. Just about every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. If you watch, you need to fucking you gotta follow me on Facebook, right? Because I post a link to this on Facebook. I think by the time it's on YouTube, it's already in the future, right? It's already done. It's only live if you get the link from Facebook or Twitter. So fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate, man. I appreciate this shit, man. Like we had 300,000 strong, man. Like this is like, I don't know, man. I never even thought about that. Like I never even thought that. Like, man, I was just doing this for fun. I was just fucking around when I started this, and the shit grew into something else, man. Like I got recognized in the middle of the fucking ocean. I'm in the middle of the fucking ocean. If you watch the last day in the life, and that's just amazing to me. You know, like this medium has that kind of power. So anyway, I fuck with y'all. If you see me in the streets, say what up. You know what I'm saying? Let's take some selfies together. I love all y'all, man. You know what it is. Peace.